Hey, good afternoon, and welcome back to the Dennis Herrera Show. Hi, Laurie. How are you today? Oh, Marvin. Marvin's in the house. Uh, Christmas. Christ is Lord. Amen. Amen. Hey, thanks, guys, for giving the like on the videos. I appreciate that right away. We actually had a good morning live today. Maybe my hat was actually bringing some good vibes this morning. As you can see, we are actually wearing a jacket today, which once I get more, I'll be changing my jackets as well. But I've been actually looking at a lot of information. Let me get rid of that. Today we watch a lot of videos. If you missed our morning live, you missed out a lot on news, etc. But I still got some more stuff to show you guys. And DF, which war are you talking about? Let's see. Ban food stamps unless you're disabled or a senior who needs them. Double D, you're not too far off of the actual good stuff. I haven't heard anything about wars as of today, so we don't know what's going on with wars. But as soon as we get something juicy, we'll definitely share it with you guys. I want to say thank you guys for coming in here, giving my videos a like. You guys have been very supportive, and I appreciate it. Some, not so much. But for the most part, I get a lot of patriots to come in here and support. With Venezuela, you know, I actually had a video from Venezuela, and I don't know what the hell happened to it. Let me see if I can find something for you guys while we're waiting for more people to join the chat here. And let's see. Let's see. We're going to have an attack on Venezuela. Maduro signs new military law. That's what I got. Let's say Venezuela's defense minister said country ready to defend homeland. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. Listen. Let's be honest. There's nothing Maduro can do to defend themselves. These guys won't even see it coming. We sent a couple of B-21s out there. They won't even know what the hell happened until it's too late. Let's see. Venezuela attack tonight. I haven't heard anything. Very interesting. I am behind on that. I've been focusing so much on English content. English, all American. People have been complaining so much about the Epstein files. I haven't even looked at that. But I do have a channel that I actually subscribe to. Let me see if they are reporting anything. I think it's called La Voz. La Voz. Let me see. I don't know what the hell. I had a video ready, but it's in Spanish, so didn't really do anything with it because it's hard for me to translate right off the top of my head. Let's see. No, not Latinos. Come to Papa. All right, and let's see. We got 67 people in here. We're almost ready to start showing our videos and to start. Oh, no. We don't want that crap. Noticiero. Well, let's see what Univision is saying about Venezuela. Let's see. Oh, wow. Well, that sucks. Oh, what happened here? Give me 1 second, guys. That was not what I was going to show you, but okay, mientras ampliar la línea del frente. Cierre de gobierno que el día de hoy levantará somete la vocación de proyección. Yeah, I don't have anything on Venezuela's attack tonight. Maybe they are trying to be a little bit discreet about it. So we are not going to talk about it, but we will start. Our first video is going to be from our lovely judge, Janine Pirro. Janine Pirro. She has a speech that she made yesterday. We're going to go ahead and start with that video today, and then we are going to criticize it. And of course, if I see you guys have any questions here on the live, we will definitely address those. Let me go ahead and make sure that I say hello to everybody in the chat. Let me see. Trump is the greatest president we will see in our lifetime. I agree. There is a. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I'm gonna tell you before everybody gets all excited and they think, oh, this guy is a Trumpster and anything Trump says goes, and that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I want you to know, I am a migrant who was brought here by his mother. I became a resident, have always been legal in this country, and I made an oath to the United States of America that I will be a great patriot, and I try. So with that being said, I am a patriot. I am not a loyalist. Loyalist, normally they have somebody that they admire and then they're loyal to that person and they will defend that person no matter what, even if they're guilty of something. And well, I don't do that. Now, I love President Donald Trump. I'm going to tell you something. I'm going to tell you why I love President Donald Trump. I love President Donald Trump because he has had a very tough life. Yeah, I get it. Some people say, oh, well, he's rich. How tough can that be? Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot that can be tough in his life, okay? There's a lot of emotional stuff in there. And, living a life without God, can cause us to do the stupidest mistakes. One of the biggest problems that we have is that we take family for granted, and he did. Donald Trump took family for granted. He didn't know what he had, and so he made a lot of mistakes in his life. Now, the one thing about making mistakes is that you can either learn from them or you can continue to make those mistakes. And I think that's the difference on what makes us a better person. All right, so that's what we are. Let's see. Hey guys, be nice in the chat, will you? Let's stop fighting. We're not a bunch of little children in here. Have some respect for each other. Okay. I know. He's been falsely accused on so many things, but some other things because of his mouth, he's asked for it, and so, but he can take it. If you guys ever watch the roast of Donald Trump, I suggest you go watch the roast of Donald Trump. Okay. Hey, bonjour, monsieur. Comment ça va? Bienvenue au le canal de Dennis Herrera Show. You like that? Je m'appelle Denis. Let's see. So you're American. Good for you. We're in this together, says Andrew. We are winning, my friend. Former Democrat. That is correct. I am a former Democrat. David from France. David from France? From France. All right. So, anyways, so he's got a lot of things that he's been through. I mean, I'm not a lot of us, right? None of us are perfect. A lot of us have skeletons in the closet, so to speak. We have all made mistakes in life, and as Christians, we believe that if we repent from our sins and we accept the Lord Jesus Christ as our Savior, and that He is the Son of God, then we have a second chance to life, and we are forgiven. So if we don't believe President Donald Trump can be forgiven, then we ourselves cannot be forgiven either. All right. So that's where I'm going to go with that. And, after everything he's gone through, he can just say, you know what, I don't have to run for president no more. I already got the popularity that I need from, leaders. I got these friendships, et cetera, and just go and make your billions of dollars and be happy. One of the things that I would tell you is this, that when Donald Trump was growing up, his father was very rich. And I believe that in one of his deals that he was failing so much, I believe his father bailed him out with, I think it was $2 billion. And, President Trump's older brother, which President Trump looked up to, became an alcoholic. And, even though Trump says, the nice things about his brother, the truth is that that affected him big time. And nonetheless, you know what? He continued fighting on, and he is not the same person that he was in his younger days. Let's just say that. And I see the change. Many people see the change. We all see the change. And so, as does, I remember all the mistakes that I have made in my life. And I can't say I wouldn't make them again. But, I would hope that somebody else wouldn't make that mistake as well. Benny says, dude, Trump is going to deport you. Trump cannot deport citizens, brother. Now, well, actually, he could. He could if I joined some terrorist group, if I started to become an activist and things like that, and kind of turn against our government and this country, I could lose my citizenship. But I believe it's like a 10-year sort of a probation. You know what I mean? Davis is begging to be blocked. Yeah, no worries, man. Whatever you need, brother. There you go. Here, I'll do it for you, okay? David, thank you for being honest about your evil intentions. Have a good night, sir. All right, so let's see. You are in the cartel? No, definitely, definitely not in the cartel. I tell you that right now. Now, I know you guys love this hat. You guys like that? The golden 45, 47 right there. The golden American flag. And before you say it, it is not Chinese made. This is actually from the Trump store collection of hats. And It is very nice. I like it. I love the black and gold. As you haven't tell, got a little matching gold necklace in there. There's a little bit there's a little bit of gold rim around my American flag. So proud of that. See ya, David. Thank you for coming. May you have a wonderful evening, sir. Hey, he said we better block him, so who knows what kind of bad stuff he was going to say. You know what I'm saying? Marvin Vidal says 64 in here, triple six. Michael. So this hat right here, which also has my favorite pin of the American flag. That one was made in China. This one made in the USA, which is one of my favorite hats. And the one that I have on, made in the USA. Let me see. I think these were not made in China. Made in Myanmar for the Gulf of Mexico, for those who were wondering. And then this one, I think it was made in the USA by a small business owner. Does not have a tag. So let's pretend that it's American made. But this hat right here is my favorite hat. I know the white one is as well, but this is my favorites. My favoritist hat, and I love it. Let's see. B says I need made in America. There is a black one that says "Make America Great Again," and the letters are in black. So I'm not. I don't know. Maybe I'll get it. These hats from the Trump store, they're actually very nice. They're very nice. I like them. Overpriced? Absolutely. They are way overpriced. And I think that the reason why they sell them at $47, you guessed it, is because President Donald Trump is the 47th president. So, in a way, I'm helping him and, with whatever he is doing for our country. Let's take a look. Who else we got here? Michael Bailey says made in China. Benny, what does 45, 47 mean? It means President Trump, 45th and 47th president, my friend. Let's see. B says that are giving us some away. One day, when I hit 100,000 subscribers, I'm going to be giving a lot of merch away, and I will also have merch for sale. That is something that is going to be in the future. If this channel happens to gain momentum, I will definitely be selling some merch. Wait, he's got shoes? No way. The Trump shoes. Trump has got Trump shoes. Let me take a look, bro. Let me see. Let me take a look. Let me take a look. What's going on here? Trump shoes. Oh, not rum. Trump. Oh, I don't know, man. That's it's not for me, man. Let me see. Not the gold. I don't like that. It looks ugly. There is some black ones here. Let me see. There's a black one. Maybe the black one, but let me take a look at this photo. Huh. Let's see. Whoo! $300. Good Lord, that's a lot of money. Chris Rock. Man, that is, man, they don't have my size anyway, so who cares? I'm a size 13, and they don't have my size. But doggone it, $300. They do have men's size 12, but that shoe is one ugly shoe. Sorry, Trump. I'm sorry, Mr. President. That's the ugliest shoe that you can make and sell for $300. No. I don't think so. Yeah, no, we are not doing that. The $200 perfume, yeah, we're not doing that either. I don't know what that smells like. I don't have a good reputation from that, so maybe if I smell it, we'll find out. But I am not paying more than $100 for a bottle of cologne, especially less than 6 ounces. Oh man, this got some Jordans, Trump Jordan shoes. Yeah, nah. No, we're not buying the shoes, my friend. We are not buying the shoes. But if I got a chance to go into the Oval Office, and not the Oval Office, but in his little Trump store that he has at the White House, I will probably grab a pair of shoes. I probably would, but I just don't think any of these shoes are good looking, bruh. They're just ugly. Ugly. Why are they so ugly? I don't know, man. They chose the. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. What is this? Jackson. Who the hell is Jackson? We're definitely not ordering any Jacksons. No Jacksons. Oh, I think it's because it's custom made. Wait a minute. Custom Trump face max sole shoes. Personalized Trump sneakers. $65. That's more like it. And then again, that material looks like they created the soles in India with some little foam balls. Now let's check it out on Amazon. Let's check it out on Amazon and see the pricing on Amazon. Let's see. The gold shoe in Amazon is $85. It's probably made in China because it won't get here until December, and they are charging $10 shipping. That's got to be Chinese made, guys. Chinese made. Ugly ass shoes, definitely not. The tie, yeah, no. The belt buckle, nah. Yeah, no, guys. I am not that much of a Trump fan. But if I went to his store in the White House, I would definitely grab some sneakers because free stuff is always good. Now, it's only free if it's really free. We all know in life the only thing that's truly free, and even that can cost money sometimes, is love. So if you're desperate and you're not getting love, you might want to go buy it somewhere, but that doesn't mean that is true love. All right, I do have one video. Now, this, I don't know if you ever heard of Liz Wheeler. I want to show you one video because I have spoken about Ilhan Omar before, and a lot of people they don't know what to think about her. And you know, I think most of my subscribers, most of the patrons that come to my channel here, agree with me that she should be deported, and she shouldn't be allowed to take any of the money that she has ever made in this country. She says on one of her videos that she doesn't care if she gets deported. She is more than happy to go back to Somalia, blah, blah, blah. You know why? Because now she's got bank. She can go to Somalia and leave and live like a rich queen. And there's nothing anybody can do against it. Hello, Rush. How are you? The collectible items. No, I think I might stick just with the hats. Yeah, the apparels are so expensive. You know, maybe when I'm showering in money, maybe I'll buy a couple of the polo shirts so that I can go golfing with it. I think that would be nice. That would be nice. I have been known to pay $200 for a pair of cleats for golf shoes. So I have gone above and beyond spending my means on a pair of shoes. I think I have paid about $150 for work shoes, walking shoes, not because of the luxury, but because of the shape of the shoe. All right, because I am a flat-footed, so I need that. Cheryl, how are you? My man in the house. How are you, brother? Always good to see you here. We're going to start our evening here with Janine Pirro, our favorite judge. I love that lady. She's feisty, but she's funny, and she has a kind heart as well. Let's see. Elevation. Oh, boy. Let's see what Elevation says. Elevation, did you say hello already? No. John Edwards says, my grandfather buys Trump diapers. Good for him. That'd be nice. I need to see some of those. I might need some in about 30 years or so. I think I might be needing some of those Trump diapers or depends. That depends on the day that I'm having. See what I did right there? Michael says, simping for the poor billionaire. Yeah, yeah, it's everybody deserves a little bit of that. Let's see. Man says has some good looking watches. Man, I don't know, man. This is so expensive, bro. I get it, the Trump name and all that stuff. I mean, I'm all for saving his hotels and all that, but money's tight, my friend. Money is tight. Let's see. Only 29 people watch this feed. Wow. You see that, guys? I got over 10,000 subscribers, and he's right. Well, I got 129 people watching, but that's not the point. It should be over 1,000 people watching this live feed right now. But it's all good. I always say I don't really care for the views because I don't make money on this, just so you guys know. I don't make money on views on my channel, so I don't really care how many people I have. What I care about is actually those people that want to share information. Number one, this channel is for patriots. This channel is not for leftist lunatics. So if you are on that side, you're in the wrong channel. Now, if you want to be, part of the gang of the middle, then you're more than welcome. But we're going to call it both left and right. And so far, it seems like left is worse. So you guys get to hear most of the exhorting and scolding and yelling back at, so that you guys can learn some truth. But other than that, everybody is welcome in this chat. What I will ask, if you are a guest in my channel, please be courteous to others, especially to those with color names, because they are my members and they do support me monthly. So I will appreciate it if you respect them. And if you're not, all they got to do is tell me the name and you're gone. Okay? So let's go with that. Michael Bailey, gold made in China sneakers. Probably. Maybe, man. It may be. One of the things that people don't understand is we have nothing against Chinese product. We just want fair deals. No, wait. I take that back. I do have something against Chinese products. I don't like the fact that they steal technology, not just from us, but from other companies. I don't like that they reverse engineer everything and cheapen the product, and then they sell it as original. That kind of pisses me off. Tell me that is a Chinese product, and I will buy it. It's not a problem. But don't lie to me. I don't like to be lied to, okay? Marvin Vernal says, Michael, you are not the president. He says, I am. Omi says, where are the shoes made? They're probably made in China, man. I can tell you this, guys. The whatever products I buy from the Trump store, they're all made in America. America. Come on, camera. There you go. America. I got a couple of hats from Bangladesh, some from Myanmar, a couple of Chinese, couple of Americans made. We got to spread the love. Cheryl, how are you? I see you. I'm still in the top of the comments, trying to give these guys and everybody that's come in here a chance to say hello. Let's see. I ain't lying. I'm good with Brute 33. Hey, I know Brute. Is that what you said? Brute, the cologne? I think it's an aftershave cologne, right? Brute? I thought it was spelled with a Brute. Man, green bottle, long neck. My uncle used to wear that, and oh my God, I used to love the smell of that. Man, I forgot about that cologne. That I was back in the early 80s, man. Late 70s, early 80s. Brute. What a name. Wedo says he's got some Putin socks on. Wedo, toma cabrón. Welcome to the chat, Wedo. Kyle says this dude just talks to himself for 5 hours at a time. It is definitely not normal. I agree with you. I will have to attribute some of that for my ADD, which I've had all my life, which turns out it was part of a lot of the problems that I caused when I was a teenager. But we have learned to control it just a little bit, just enough to continue having conversations by myself for 5 hours long. But it's not just 5 hours long, guys. You guys actually keep me talking. This is why we read some comments in here to see what's popping. Grant Reed says, "Looking clean, brother. Keep up the great work." Man, you guys are gonna make me dress up more often. Keep complimenting me like that, I might have to go all professional on you. I don't want to go that way, but nah, I love suits, by the way. I am planning to buy some suits very soon. Unfortunately, the last 5 years I've been working where I don't get a suit, and it's just, I got rid of all my junk. So now I got to get new stuff. Of course, maybe a little bit bigger because the old stuff won't fit anymore. Just in case you're wondering, I am a 48 long and a 40-32 on my pants. That is my size, and I am 6'1", 6'2" with my shoes on. So that will give you a look of whether I'm fat or not. I think I'm a little bit obese, but hey, don't tell nobody. You know what I mean? Just between me and you. All right, let's see. Freshly, welcome to the chat, my friend. Freshly is the best propagandist I have ever seen in my entire career. Saltwater, how are you? I see you. Thanks for joining me. I appreciate you. Always appreciate you. Clem says, I would posit that you love being lied to. This abbreviations, guys, is not going to help my English. You got making my English worse than what it already is. Ale Gomez says, you are a traitor. Finding greatness. At least Dennis speaks well. Oh, thank you, Finding Greatness. See, yeah, I did get a compliment. And then Kyle ruins the compliment by saying this dude is stupid enough to believe you can catch ADHD. Oh, it's not a catch, my friend. You have no idea how horrible it is to have it. But I also believe that it's not a disability. I also believe it's something that you can control. It's just a little bit harder than to control regular feelings and emotions. Just a little bit. Let's see. Go away, traitor. Alacamis, I don't think you're making any friends on here, my friend. I am trying to be nice to everybody. Get a Trump suit. Man, you know what I'm saying? Oh, man. You ain't joking there, my friend. If he has a suit, I probably won't be able to afford it, but I can always make my own tag and call it Trump. Now, we're going to go here in 2 weeks. We're going to go pick up a couple of suits. I'm looking forward to it. So I am in Washington State. The weather's starting to get a little bit cooler. And the only one thing that I like about areas where there is a lot of cold, I like the New York style long, it's like it's not a navy, it's kind of like a navy coat, the navy long coat, but it's like a suit, it's meant for suits and I like 3-piece suits. I like the vest, I like the jacket, I like the pants, I like everything. And so if you buy suits in the winter, they have an extra lining inside that keeps you a little bit warmer. But the long trench coat, it's not a trench coat. I forget what the name of the coat is, but it's down to your ankles. And when it's windy, the wind does not go through. It is actually very warm, and I like those. Scarves, not so much, but scarves can help, for your ears, maybe your face if the wind is very cold. Because the wind shear can go negative degrees, and I hate that feeling. But I love to wear suits, period. It doesn't matter what kind of weather. Yeah, I can be in Honduras, and I can be in a suit, sweating like a mofo, but I would still wear a suit because I love the suits. Wedo, I don't want your ponchos. Wedo says that he has a suit, but we know it's all ponchos. We do not... I try to stay out, man. I try to keep it serious, man. Ah, man, where I can see you wearing some ponchos right now, bro, with the big sombrero, that like the one from Dalabama. Let's see. Kyle says, "What brand of ADHD do you have? Inattentive, hyperactive." So I have this thing where um, there is times where I get stuck working on a problem that even if there is no solution, like I can't fix it, I'm stuck and I can't stop thinking about it and I got to keep working at it. And it's really frustrating because sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you got to take a break from something. And it takes me sometimes 16 hours to decide, okay, I can't do this. I got to stop. And I just keep going and keep going. The other thing that I do is I can get distracted easily sometimes. So that's why a lot of times I don't read the comments, especially when I'm trying to get a point across, because it can be distracting. Now, a lot of people have that issue as well, but with me, it's a lot harder to concentrate. So, good thing about ADDHD is that I can have, even if I'm sleepy, if I have something that I'm interested on, the hyperactivity just kicks in and I can go for hours and hours. And the bad thing about that is that by the time I stop, my body is doing this because I have overworked my body. The last time that I overworked my body, I think it was during a drive. I drove for 23 and a half hours straight. And that was all the way down to Charlotte, North Carolina. It was crazy. I drove from Albuquerque, New Mexico, all the way to Charlotte nonstop. So I went through Texas. What was it? Texas? Is it? I forget which states are Texas, Arkansas, I think. I don't know. It was like 3 states, I think, that I went across. But yeah, my body was shaking. When I got out of the car, I didn't know how bad I actually worked my body. I will never do that again. Now, if I drive for 5 hours, I can go maybe six, maybe 8 hours driving. Of course, stopping for gas and maybe a meal or whatever. But yeah, it helps sometimes, and other times it doesn't. Okay, so that's my ADHD. Somebody told me, yeah, okay, Kyle, you're the professional with ADD. Okay, sure. You don't know how much my leg has to bounce. You have no idea what that means. All right, so I gave you an example, Kyle, and you just ruined it. You ruined it because you don't know what ADHD does. All right. So with that being said, I've had it all my life, and as I get older, I tend to control it a lot better. But it doesn't stop. It doesn't affect me as the same as it did when I was young. Now it affects more on the nervous system, heart rate, and all that other stuff. But yeah, Kyle. Let me see, Kyle. Go ahead and tell me. How many types of ADDHDs do you have, or do you know, or have you diagnosed? Uh huh. Go ahead. Kyle wants to be the center of attention tonight. I'll give you some attention. Go on, tell me. Let's see. You just blatantly lied. Oh, I think my doctor lied as well. But go ahead, tell me. What do ADDHD do? This guy. Go ahead. Tell me. Tell me all about it. The doctor told me that I can take medicine or I can try to fight it. And I fight it a lot. I fight it a lot. But it does affect me. I can't stay still. It's anyway, I don't have to explain it to you since you don't believe me. But I had a friend of mine from work, and he also had ADDHD. And he told me that when he took the medicine, I remember this clearly. I was working for AT&T Broadband. No, I'm sorry, AT&T Mobility, and we were walking, and we were catching the bus, and we were standing right right by the freeway. By the freeway entrance is the actual stop of the bus that will take us from Bothell all the way to Linwood. And he told me, I asked him, I said, what is it like to take the medicine? Because I said, I can't stop thinking. It's like a loop, of thoughts, and I can't stop it. It is just so very annoying. He said, you see how the traffic is going by so fast right now? I said, yeah. Well, you see all those cars and all that noise? He's like, I said, yeah. Well, when you take the medicine, there is no traffic. That's what he told me. And he was pretty chill for the most part. But you know what? He also lost his marriage. And he told me that part of it was the medicine. He changed. It just, I don't know, it did something to him. He was almost like emotionless. And I said, oh, hell no. We don't have to do that. I said, I'll keep fighting my way. and that's it. So there you go. Let's see. Okay, Kyle, let's see. Let's see. What do we have here? I just told you the form I have. Now make a retort. So, Kyle, I'm sorry. Are you a victim? Is that what do you want some attention? I mean, bro, if you want some attention, bro, you might be on the wrong channel. This is not the ADDHD cure. I am not here to diagnose you, my friend. If you don't believe my ADDHD, I don't care about your ADDHD. See, I'm not a victim. I fight through it. And I go as soon as everybody else is. As soon as everybody else says anything, I am still pushing forward. It doesn't matter what you say. Let's see. Saltwater. Oh, Salt. Thank you for the super chat. Patriots, Delier is not an option. Thank you, Dennis. Mutz. Family Patriots. Oh, man, you bet. I appreciate you, Salt. God bless you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Oh, poor baby. Somebody give Kyle some love. Kyle, we'll pray for you, my friend. And I will make fun of you as long as you're over here talking smack. But we still love you, okay? So if you are in this channel, oof, man, you almost took the Stream Boss lead, my friend. I better get my Stream Boss song ready so that when you actually become the Stream Boss, maybe one subscriber will probably push it forward. Salt, you almost got it, my friend, almost. If you guys don't know what the hell I'm talking about, there is a health bar on the side over here, above me right here. And every time somebody subscribes, it takes 5 points off my health. And every time somebody puts a super chat, depending on the amount, it takes a lot more health. There is 3 points left. So the next subscriber that pushes up that bar will get to be the Stream Boss of the chat. But you know what? You already a boss in my heart. And just because you're 3 points away, it reminded me of that one day where I couldn't qualify for food stamps because I made $200 too much. So today, my friend, you are going to be the Stream Boss unofficially, even if somebody else takes it. So enjoy, my friend. Like a boss. Like a boss, baby. You're still the boss, Salt. Nothing but love for you. Nothing but love. Mr. Xander, laugh out loud. Ozzy? Ozzy. No, Ozzy. Hi, Dominique. How are you? Welcome to the channel. Prime says, hey, are you guys going to start saying that 15-year-olds are barely legal? Man, that's, nah, man. Listen, we don't go for underage people. All right. Well, I don't go for anybody anymore. I've been married for 14 years and happily married with my wife. Let's see. Okay, I'll subscribe on my troll account. It has a different name, but I'll say hi. Well, you are like 5 different accounts that I see on here giving me shit. So don't worry. I know every single time is you because you always make the same comment. Ken, what's popping? Dirty money in the house? I see you guys. My patrons are joining in. It's time to kick this party. Miss Judge, Janine Pirro, what's the update? Now, I know she made this. Thank you, Alan. You're the best, brother. I appreciate you. I have not heard what this report was, but it was from yesterday. But we are going to listen to her. Kyle Ryan says he's so tough talking to a screen when no one can talk to him. Well, what does that give you, Mr. Keyboard Warrior? You feel tough behind your keyboard without anybody seeing your face? At least you get to see my face. And that is a big difference, my friend. Oh, man. Put a $50 super chat. I'll go ahead and get you an invitation. Till then, quiet. Very quiet. All right, guys, here we go. Oh, Pa One Mon. It says, I live in Bama because 16 is considered a woman. Oh, boy. You are in trouble. Listen, it doesn't matter what state you're in, and if they are allowed 16, 17, I'm sorry. But where I'm at, you got to be 18 or older. I just don't find young girls attractive. They're pretty, they're cute, they're just not attractive. You have to understand, a real man needs a real woman. And little teenagers, they're not there yet. This is just not for us. You know, yeah, I'd rather go up, way up. All right, Judge Panin.
Morning, everyone. I'm Janine Pirro, the U.S. Attorney in Washington. We're here today to target a growing...
It is official! Now you are the stream boss. Just for that. This is for all the haters that come in here. Hey, Kyle, enjoy the dance, my friend. Go on. Let some of that ADHD come out. It's the boss, el jefe, el patrón. The boss, el patrón. Ah, man, the super chats actually help me continue to doing this show, and it also allows me to see those patrons throwing those emojis up. I love it. Rush, that's my favorite, the little dancing emoji. I love the the yellow emoji there, the peace sign. Thank you, B. Gregory says, impeach Trump, please. No. Ken Gim says, hello and welcome to the chat, my friend. ¿Qué pasa, güey? I see you, Adam. Welcome, my friend. Adam is my my side campaign manager. He's like under the table campaign manager. He knows what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Let's go. Welcome, Adam. Good to see you, brother. Not impeach again. Arrest him, says Gwen. Hey, how do you say that thing? How do you say hello in Vietnamese, Dora? Do ma. That means hello, guys, in Vietnamese. You guys can say it right back to him, okay? Or her. Let's see. Rock says, I had a relationship with Kamala. Oh, man. Are you one of those stepping stones that she got to get ahead in her career? Hey, you know what? Everybody deserves some love. Brian Brady in the house. Good evening, sir. And says good evening to all patriots. Angel Miranda says, Dennis, take your family to meet Trump. Let us know how it goes. Man, if I could, brother, I would. And I can tell you, bro, I will do a nice. See, Gwen. Much love to you, Gwen. Bro, I would. I wouldn't say I would give anything, but I would be honored if President Trump invited me over to the White House with my family, and I trust my family in his hands 100%. 100%. He's a great grandpa, great dad. A lot of mistakes, a lot of learning lessons in life. I think he's a great man. Does he exaggerate? Absolutely. He exaggerates. I exaggerate as well. But that's just part of the territory for being Geminis. It's what we do. But we are very passionate about what we do. And when we love something, we really love it. And when we hate something, we just don't want it. You know what the easiest thing, and I'm going to tell you something before we play Judge Penin here. One of the things that I have noticed about President Trump, and this is true with myself as well. If you guys don't know me, you need to learn to know me. If you are a mean person to me, I will be your worst enemy. I know, even if I believe in God and and all this stuff, I will be your worst enemy. But here's the key: the moment that I know that you apologize sincerely, all that goes away like that, and I will be your best friend. Truly, be your best friend. And I will tell you when you're doing something wrong, and I will expect you to tell me when I'm doing something wrong, as long as we have respect. I think that would be a good thing. All right, here we go.
Epidemic, and that is crypto investment fraud scams perpetrated by organized Chinese crime syndicates.
Hey, Ken, how are you? Darius? Here we go again, guys. Darius is in the house. I'm sorry for everything, Darius. I hope you can forgive me.
That successfully target Americans and victimize them. In 2024 alone, Americans were scammed out of more than $9 billion as a result of this cryptocurrency fraud. Experts estimate, because of underreporting, that it is as much as 15 times more than the $9 billion. It starts by weaponizing the very devices that you and I hold and use every day to do our banking, to enrich our lives, to communicate with our friends and our loved ones. And sometimes people.
Did she just had a slot machine for a screensaver on that? It doesn't matter.
People communicate with us whom we don't look forward to speaking to. But they meet on social media platforms like Facebook, and they text their victims seeming.
Hold on, ma'am. I do take criticism, constructive criticism, but you don't give constructive criticism. If you think you do, you don't know what constructive criticism is. But nonetheless, sometimes it's okay to let your steam off.
By mistake. They prey on older Americans because of their loneliness. They first gain their trust, and then they move.
Guys, a little warning. A little warning. I have a lot of patriots on my channel, especially those with a little color on their name. They will tear you apart. So be nice, okay? I don't tell them what to do. They know what to do. There is times where I will allow people to just go off on some stuff, but one of the things that we're starting to do is I don't want actual people that are trying to listen, trying to participate in good, spirits, to be turned off by mouthy, hateful people that come in here. So you don't have to be scared of me. You should be scared of all of them. All right? So just be nice, be respectful, and I'll try to do the same, even though this is my show and it is my way or the highway, as they say. Guys, with that being said, thank you so much for liking the video. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for being here with me. You could be anywhere tonight watching another show, but you decided to make time to stay with me at least for a few minutes, and I appreciate you. God bless you and your family.
the conversation to WhatsApp or other encrypted communications. And they shuttle their victims from legitimate crypto platforms to fake platforms that they themselves create and control. What I have here is a classic example of the kinds of contacts that people can get in a text message. So it would say, for example, "Hi, Patricia, I didn't see you at the gym today." And the person with the phone says, "I'm not Patricia, it's the wrong number." And the scammer says, "So sorry, I hope I didn't disturb you." And Patricia, or the wannabe Patricia, says, "No worries at all." And the scammer says, "You seem like a really nice person. What's your name?" She identifies herself
What's
as
your
Sandy,
name?
goes back and asks him what his name is. And then it begins. Now, since President Trump has sought to make the U.S. a leading haven for cryptocurrency, it's important for Americans to understand the safe use of the commodity. There are no tricks that can be a part of cryptocurrency. As part of the president's goals, we strive, many of them lonely, many of them looking to speak to someone who communicates with them, their entire life savings gone, their retirement funds gone, left with no opportunity to go back into the workforce and to re-earn money. I want to give you two examples. One is a woman who said she sent $40,000 initially, and she was provided with screenshots that showed the profits of her cryptocurrency investment. Quote from the victim: "That was telling me I was making all this profit. That's what encouraged me to invest more." And in the end, the woman, who was 60 years old, lost $1 million of her life
You did ask. Do you apologize? And I did. Easy.
savings. Another person said, "I've been financially assaulted, and it's a devastating feeling." A Virginia man who lost $272,000. And this is the saddest of all. There, quote, "There wasn't enough money left even to pay for his headstone." The daughter of a victim of cryptocurrency fraud who killed himself.
Oh, man.
So this scamdemic is certainly a generational wealth transfer from Main Street, USA, into the hands of Chinese organized crime, making it both a national security problem and a homeland security problem. And with the partners behind us, my office will not stand by as these Chinese organized crimes enterprises empty out the bank accounts of hardworking Americans, many, of course, left without the ability to go back into the workforce. And that is why we are here today. With our partners at the Maine Department of Justice, the FBI, the United States Secret Service, a Scam Center Strike Force is being created. As the prosecuting office in the nation's capital, we have the authority to charge foreign defendants and seize foreign property well situated to engage also with our partner agencies across the government.
Get them.
This new strike force mission is to identify and charge the leaders of these cryptocurrency scam organizations, to trace and to seize the stolen funds to the victims, and seize and disable the United States infrastructure that is the manner and the means of the scam itself. So already we've been hard at work. We've already seized over $400 million, and today we are filing additional actions to forfeit $80 million that we will return to victims. We have seized websites being used by these compounds in Southeast Asia that are used to victimize Americans. We're seeking warrants to seize satellite terminals and accounts being used by the perpetrators to connect to the internet. And our Strike Force Burma team has identified, quote, the Democratic Karen Force Burma team, Benevolent Army. Let me say it again. The Democratic Karen Benevolent Army, which is a Burmese army group which is supporting scam centers, which we have nominated for designation by the Treasury Department. We're calling on all U.S. providers to assist us because left unchecked, this will continue to grow. And it will grow on the networks that we talked about, resulting in U.S. believers, U.S. users believing they can no longer trust these platforms as safe. Yeah. We want to work with United States partners in a public-private partnership to ensure that these corrupt scammers will immediately be cut off, thus preventing the United States infrastructure from being used as a means to perpetrate fraud against Americans. My final message on this issue is as follows. The Department of Justice will not stand by while Chinese organized crime victimizes Americans and bleeds dry the hard-earned investments of American citizens. The Scam Center Strike Force brings together a cadre of resources across agency. Our best and brightest are being brought together to attack this problem by securing our United States infrastructure, by returning money to victims, and by bringing these perpetrators to justice. Now, I'd like to call upon two of the people behind me right now, Gregory Heeb.
Then I'm glad you're here, Ken, and I'm glad that you haven't watched it yet. This is the first time I watch it as well.
From the FBI Criminal Division, Deputy Assistant Director.
Thank you, Judge. Appreciate it. Good morning, everyone. I'm Gregory Heeb with the FBI's Criminal Investigative Division. I'd like to thank United States Attorney Pirro and the men and women serving in your office, ma'am, for leading efforts within the United States government to bring agencies, experts, and other resources together to fight the growing threat that scam centers pose to the American people. I'm proud to be here today standing beside our partners to demonstrate the FBI's commitment to the important work of the Scam Center Strike Force. Our partnership with the United States Attorney's Office in the District of Columbia and with the agencies represented here today is critical. It's a critical component of the FBI's strategy to counter complex fraud schemes no matter where they originate. The FBI has dedicated resources from headquarters here in Washington, D.C., from the Washington field office, and from field offices around the country, including New York, New Haven, Boston, San Diego, Philadelphia, Chicago, and Nashville, to advance the work of this Scam Center Strike Force. In addition, the FBI relies on teams of FBI professionals serving in legal attaché offices across the world, in Southeast Asia as well, to advance the work of this strike force, and we do so in close coordination with our foreign law enforcement partners. The lasting impact from highly sophisticated transnational financial crimes emanating from these scam centers can be devastating to victims and their families, as Travis? Attorney Pirro mentioned. There are countless stories of Americans who have worked their whole lives only to fall victim to one of these schemes and lose everything. Everyone is a target, and anyone can fall victim. These fraud schemes are on the rise. The FBI's Internet Crimes Complaint Center reported losses exceeding $6.5 billion in 2024, and that's just from crypto investment fraud schemes alone. That's a 43% increase in losses from the year before. This year, reported losses are on track to increase, once again surpassing those numbers in 2024. Keep in mind, as the judge mentioned, this number only captures losses that are actually reported to law enforcement. Actual losses are much, much higher. The FBI is committed to working alongside our partners to protect the American people and to pursue the criminal networks operating these scams. It is our job, together with our partners here today, to stop these criminals, and we are going to do just that. Thank you very much. And I'd like to turn it over to my colleagues in the Secret Service.
Good morning. I'm Keo Dolan, the Assistant Director for the U.S. Secret Service's Office of Field Operations. I'm pleased to join my colleagues today from the U.S. Attorney's Office, Department of Justice, the FBI, and the U.S. Treasury and State Departments. Since 2019, the Secret Service has seen a major uptick in cryptocurrency investment scams. The organizations behind these scams leverage an ecosystem of criminality, often weaving an intricate web of illicit activities together to perpetrate their schemes. These schemes include human trafficking, victim engineering, and money laundering, among other crimes. The U.S. Secret Service, along with our partners, have worked diligently to investigate these scams and return stolen funds to victims. During the 2025 fiscal year alone, the U.S. Secret Service has responded to approximately 3,000 victims who contacted us regarding cryptocurrency investment schemes, and we seized or froze approximately $495 million in stolen cryptocurrency. These stolen funds were primarily obtained from cryptocurrency investment scams linked to scam centers located in Southeast Asia. With the newly established Scam Center Strike Force, we can do even more to assist our victims in these scams. Each Strike Force member agency brings unique expertise and capabilities that, when combined in a strategic and coordinated manner, will greatly impact our ability to combat these scams and dismantle the criminal organizations behind them. The U.S. Secret Service will leverage our cryptocurrency tracing expertise, as well as our network of skilled forensic accountants, to trace stolen funds and identify impacted victims. Additionally, our overseas field offices have been working alongside law enforcement partners in the region for years to combat these crimes, and we will continue to leverage these relationships during our work on the Strike Force. As U.S. Attorney Pirro mentioned, we have already seen the results from Strike Force efforts. Included in the seizures announced today is a $66 million cryptocurrency investment scam-related seizure, which involved hundreds of victims that were targeted on a dating app. This investigation, led by the U.S. Secret Service's Global Investigative Operations Center, identified approximately 500 websites linked to the organization where victims were enticed with false investment opportunities. The second case I'd like to highlight, that was included also in today's announcement, is a $1.5 million cryptocurrency scam-related seizure by our Memphis field office. Of course, done in coordination with our FBI partners, thank you. We identified nearly 100 U.S. victims. And after this seizure, an additional 120 victims came forward or were identified, further underscoring the importance of victim reporting. I would like to emphasize to those that are listening today that your voice matters. These cases started with victim reporting, and this fight will continue with your help. If you believe that you are a victim in any of these cases, please contact your local Secret Service field office or email cryptofraud@usss.dhs.gov. Again, cryptofraud@usss.dhs.gov, or you can file a complaint with the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, IC3. It truly takes all of us to combat these scams. So in closing, I'd like to thank U.S. Attorney Pirro and her team for your steadfast support. I'd also like to thank our Strike Force agency partners for their continued collaboration. We certainly look forward to working together with all of you to combat this scamdemic. And finally, I certainly want to recognize the dedicated efforts of the U.S. Secret Service team, especially our cadre of skilled analytic professionals and forensic accountants. This group, led by Callie, our program manager and cryptocurrency expert, with support from our special agent colleagues, have made such an impact in combating
because it's
these
true.
scams.
Stop asking
Of course,
stupid
in
questions.
our foreign and domestic field offices. They continue to dedicate countless hours to combat this scamdemic. So all of you have and continue to make a difference. Thank you for caring enough to do so. And with that, I'd like to thank you for your time today and turn it back over to U.S. Attorney Pirro.
Thank you. Thank you. And now, key to our success is the collaboration with the agency partners. And I'd like to turn the podium over now to the Treasury Department's Office of Foreign Assets Control.
Crazy.
OFAC Director Bradley T. Smith from the Treasury Department.
Good morning, and thank you, Judge Pirro. We at Treasury are thrilled to be here today and to support the exciting strike force that was announced this morning.
Sorry,
As
later,
part of that
Darius.
whole of government effort, working with our colleagues at the Department of Justice as well as the Secret Service, we are pleased today to announce that we are sanctioning the entity identified by Judge Pirro earlier today, the Democratic Karen Benevolent Army, or DKBA, and 4 of its leaders for supporting cyber scam centers in Burma that target Americans using fraudulent investment schemes. The DKBA is a violent group that provides, quote unquote, security at the Tai Chang compound in Burma. That compound houses cyber scam operations that have targeted and stolen money from Americans. Perhaps even worse, the DKBA actively participates in violence against the human trafficking victims trapped in the compound and forced to work in its scam centers against their will.
Time.
As part of our broader effort to disrupt this network, we are also sanctioning today 2 companies and a Thai national who are linked to Chinese organized crime and have worked with DKBA and other armed groups to develop scam centers. It is now illegal for those sanctioned to move money, buy goods, or purchase services in the United States. And as a practical matter, to engage in any significant financial transaction around the world. As others have mentioned, this cyber scam threat is serious. Last year, by our estimates, and estimates vary, but we estimate that approximately $10 billion was lost to Southeast Asia-based scam operations, a 66% increase over the prior year. In some cases, as Judge Pirro indicated, victims here in the United States have lost their entire savings to these
Bro, that's a lot of money they can't tax for socialists. What a shame.
schemes. Now, today's action actually builds on an effort that Treasury has undertaken since the start of President Trump's second term. Indeed, this is our 5th action this year targeting scam centers, totaling over 165 different designations, including one in May and another in September.
Bro, I don't even know who the hell is insulting saltwater. Like, what are you talking about? Nobody's saying anything to you. Fucking dirty money, just keeping that clean, man.
Targeting actors in Burma. Using the task force announced today by Judge Pirro, we are committed to continuing this work, to taking the initiative and working with our law enforcement partners and our colleagues around the government, including at the Department of State, to disrupt these scam operations and to ensure that we protect U.S. citizens and the U.S. financial system. And with that, I'd like to turn over to my colleagues from the State Department to touch on their work.
Thank you, U.S. Attorney Pirro, also all my agency colleagues. So good morning, I'm Chris Lamberg. I'm the head of the International Narcotics and Law Enforcement Bureau at the State Department. Since day one of the Trump administration, the Department of State has been working in lockstep with the Departments of Justice and Treasury and Homeland Security to prioritize protecting American citizens, including from threats of online scams. I'm proud to stand here today with U.S. Attorney Pirro, colleagues from DOJ and Treasury and FBI, the United States Secret Service, and all the hardworking members of the Department of Justice's Scam Center Strike Force.
Stop making me
Chinese
laugh.
transnational criminal organizations in Southeast Asia have increasingly and purposefully targeted U.S. citizens, defrauding them, as Judge Pirro said, of more than $9 billion just last year alone, and posing every day a direct threat to U.S. national security and to our fellow citizens.
You know what I want? You know what I want on this channel? What I want on this channel is I want all the patriots, all the people that think with common sense like we do, to come over to my channel and let all the leftist people from this channel go over to other leftist people that are doing leftist channel. I think that would be a great combination. You find your people and we'll find our people. I want people in here to be respectful. And if you guys talk shit to each other because you like each other, that's different. But if you're coming in here just insulting my peeps, dirty money ain't playing today. Today he's got to go ahead and clean it, keep it clean. And I can't even read the bad comments. This guy is so good. Uh-oh. Tyrone in the house. Melody Serena is Tyrone.
These criminal organizations rely on forced criminality, as it has been said by some of my colleagues, a form of human trafficking to facilitate scams, threatening victims with extreme quotas and using violence when these quotas are not met. We estimate that more than 400,000 people from more than 70 countries are forced to work in these scam compounds, primarily in Burma, Cambodia, and Laos.
Thank you, David.
With the crime extending increasingly to the Western Hemisphere and Sub-Saharan Africa.
Thank you, Swagger.
Those numbers have likely grown significantly as criminal operations relocate in response to Beijing's crackdown in some places in Burma and Thailand. Recently publicized steps by senior Cambodian government officials demonstrate their concern, but are followed by little measurable progress toward disrupting a criminal industry that generates billions of dollars a year.
I agree with that statement there, Craig. I don't think. Well, I mean, I guess compared to what it was before, I guess it is safe. But in reality, no place will ever always be safe. There's always going to be something happening. You know what I mean? So I think sometimes they do exaggerate, and I agree with that. But I exaggerate myself all the time, so I got to give them some, what do you call that? Some benefit of doubt, But yeah, I think it's safer. I don't think it's the safest. So if you have bad experiences over there, I mean, crime, people are still going to be pickpocketing and things like that. But when they get caught, the idea is that when they get caught, that they go to jail and they learn that they're not playing anymore. You know what I'm saying?
Equivalent to roughly 40% of Cambodia's GDP, for example. The Department of State is stepping up our efforts to stop these scams. We are dedicating more than $25 million of security assistance to support the DOJ strike force to combat this threat. We will also support the DOJ strike force using visa restrictions against corrupt foreign officials who enable scams, and through the Transnational Organized Crime Rewards Program, which enables the Secretary of State to offer rewards up to $25 million for information leading to the arrest and or conviction of high-level transnational criminals involved in scamming U.S. citizens. The rewards program can also offer rewards for information leading to the seizure and forfeiture of scam proceeds, similar to DOJ's financial disruption to the scam industry through its recent a huge seizure of cryptocurrency related to the Prince Group Holdings investigation. The Department of State is coordinating with the Department of Treasury as well to impose financial sanctions on individuals and entities involved in defrauding U.S. citizens through cyber scams. The State Department is working to eliminate the forced labor driving these centers through ongoing programs to raise awareness of fraudulent job recruitment, identifying potential trafficking victims, and bolstering government's abilities to prosecute.
Bro, Nick Fuentes is racist, bro. We don't need a racist as president. But thanks for playing.
Human trafficking through digital evidence. The Department of State, together with our U.S. law enforcement partners and global partners, is protecting Americans, dismantling scam operations, holding those responsible accountable, and pressing all countries to demonstrate the necessary
Tyrone always wants to flirt with us.
Political will to uproot these scam networks. Thank you.
Thank you. I think that it's pretty obvious that we are committed to this new strike force from across all different agencies in the government. I think the biggest problem is that so many people have heard about crypto and they want to get involved and they don't understand it. And if they can see a legitimate
He likes getting spanked. And that's right, Tyrone. You like to get spanked. That's why you come in here. We get it. We get it.
profit on a legitimate website, they're all in. And that's what we're trying to prevent, especially when we've got these scam centers in Southeast Asia, and they are part of even bigger operations that are intended to target the United States to move money from Main Street USA to other countries. And that's why we're all here today. And I'm very proud of this operation. And I want to recognize one person here on my left and your right, Karen Siebert. who is with my office and is one of the people who is at the center of the brains of this operation. So I want to recognize Karen for the work that she's done. She was actually on maternity leave, and I think she did more work during maternity leave than on normal days. But even your normal days are long days, so congratulations to Karen. Now, also, I just want to say that there are partners that are interested in working with us. When I talked about Facebook and some of the other social media platforms, there are people who are reaching out to us saying, we want to be a part of this public-private partnership. So we're very excited about that. So I think it will be even bigger and will give, hopefully, Americans some recourse when they end up being scammed in these very targeted scams. Any questions? Yes, sir.
But Trump never called anybody niggers, and Nick Fuentes does. And he also thinks that black people are stupid. So yes, he is a racist. Trump doesn't have a bone of racist in his body. He has helped black people, and I don't think he's ever used that word.
Is it? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, to our knowledge, we think it is. And I think the benefit here, as I've already indicated, is because of the jurisdiction that I have here, we have here in Washington, we have jurisdiction over these cases from foreign countries. It is a first.
What is your advice to elderly Americans? You know, these people can be pretty persistent. You know, I know people are receiving these texts all the time. What is your advice on how to deal with this and not get scammed out of your life savings?
Well, I think the most important thing that we can tell someone who becomes victimized by this is, you know, don't be disappointed in yourself. You know, don't be upset with yourself that you fell to this kind of scam, because these people are experts. In some cases, their livelihood depends upon how much money they bring in to the scam center. So I think that's the most important thing. But the second most important thing is that if it sounds too good to be true, it is. If you don't understand cryptocurrency at this stage of your life, chances are you're not going to understand it. Don't invest unless you're dealing with an American company, with someone who is a recognized, established company in the United States. See, there's a certain mystery about all this that everybody hears about, people making millions in crypto. You know, it's a fraud, and it's one of the biggest frauds that we're seeing. It was identity theft several years back. Now cryptocurrency theft is the biggest theft that we're seeing in this country.
I never say Jerome. Tyrone. That sounds black. Tyrone. I always say Tyrone. Don't get your fantasies twisted, Tyrone. We know what you mean.
You released a statement on the record recently in your browser. It's not under investigation or your target of investigation. Can you say that trip in question, nothing about it's under investigation, no one involved in it?
I maintain the statement that I made. She is not under investigation, and she is not being investigated. I think we ought to just
Drop
end
it.
there.
Yep.
No, she was not. You're welcome.
Yeah, he does, bro.
Okay, everybody.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank
How a wonderful. You are amazing. You are amazing, and we love you. Oh, look at that. Ooh, look who else is here.
Christine, no, my
Christine, we'll give us a moment. Let us gather our thoughts. Let me address the crowd that we have here on this chat. Oh, man. You know, I got these faithful haters and trolls that come to my channel. And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You actually get my blood going. Let's see. Nick never said those things. Is the media taking them out of context? No, buddy. No, he said those racist words. And he says he's not a racist, but actions speak louder than words, my friend. And his words and actions are very loud. No, he's horrible. He's horrible. I don't like Nick Fuentes. He might be smart, but he's not wise. He probably has better memory than me, but he's not wiser. And that I will take wisdom over intelligence any day. You guys probably don't know the difference on that, but that's okay. Support President Trump, says Ken. I agree 100%. If you are here and will not give a thumbs up, then you must be a libtard. Hey, be nice, surviving. Be nice. Not everybody's perfect. Not everybody's perfect. Oh, bull. It's taped. Play the tape, guys. I never called you Jerome. You are Tyrone. Tyrone sounds better. Hey, it's my story and I'm sticking to it. Let's see. Brian Reed. So, Melody, you fed means you lied to Dennis. Asking honestly. Well, what would liars do? Always lie. Lie to protect a lie and to hide a lie to be able to tell another lie. This is why we call them liars. Tyrone Shoelaces said something. Get him, Rush. Get him. We the people, says Tea Party. Tea Party 1773. MAGA Mom loves Janine Pirro. Time on my side. Hey, what's your channel, bro? What is your channel? Plug in your channel in the chat, will you? Let's see. How slow are you, Melody? I mean, it is an actual medical condition. I'm feeling bad for picking on you. It's okay. It keeps Tyrone on his toes. Just keep giving it to him. He likes that. Otherwise, he'll be bored. MG says you obviously never listened to Nick Fuentes, only clips. Yeah, that's because I can't handle listening to him all the time, my friend. And after you hear that, there's nothing really that he can say that will pique my interest. I heard him talking in Tucker Carlson's show. I heard him talking on Candace Owens' show, which, by the way, I can't stand Candace Owens anymore either. Sorry about Tucker Carlson. He's also going off the rail. I think his little mental issues are catching up to him. He doesn't know what's truth anymore. I feel really bad for him. I really do. But he means well. That girl, says Candace Owens, 100% truth. Yeah, I don't like Candace. She's been lying too much to keep herself relevant to today's life. Your show, Dennis. Tyrone it is. Brian, you're the man, Brian. You are the man. Necro says, can't even spell liar. Oh, my God. It's freaking Dennis, says John. Thanks, George. Thanks for the super chat, my friend. Best coverage of Fuentes in context is Kano Casino. Well, is that a real thing? I don't know, man. I heard him a couple times. That was enough for me. I think if he doesn't understand that he is insulting and being racist, I can't. I just can't do it. Just can't do it, Captain. Can't do it. Let's see. Where are we at? Oh, Saltwater still has it. Sorry if I offend any patriots on Dennis's channel. This whack dams get me confused with who says what. Love and respect. Yeah, you know what? Love, sometimes you got to tell them the truth and just let them have it. If you don't let them have it, you don't love them. Salt, just go off the rails. Don't worry about it. Omar, it says Dennis in the house. I appreciate that, brother. Let's see. Omar says like a boss, and that is the way we play it. That's the way we do it. Now, I got somebody says that they want to get a piece of AOC. Well, I aim to please, and let me see if I got a clip for you here. Just for you, my friend. Where is she? Did I delete her? I think I deleted her. I probably did. Let me take a look at this other. Here we go. Here. Let's see what they say about AOC. I haven't watched this either, so let's take a look. But before we do, let's see if we have any questions. Anybody has questions on the chat? Anybody? Anybody? Chats, questions. Time. George, Nick Fuentes gave some of the old sloppy toppy to Destiny. Sloppy toppy. Uh-oh. Surviving behind the line says, thank you for being a real patriot. Where did you go? Oh, there you go. Thank you for being a real patriot American, Dennis. Ah, man, I appreciate you there. I appreciate you. I would send out numerous memberships, but afraid a pathetic live might get it. Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't send don't send free memberships. If somebody wants to sign up for a membership, let them do it with conscience. If they haven't signed up as a member, that's okay. That's because they don't want to be. I know there's a couple of patriots in here that support me. They haven't been able to do it, so that's okay. Don't worry about it. Thank you for your support, my patriot. And with that, we are going to take a little break because that $20 super chat is going to listen to the whole actual clip until we get the sign. And there you have it. You get the full clip, my friend. You get the whole clip. I think sometimes I made it a little bit too long, but you know what? Old Patriots appreciate that. So we appreciate you surviving for the support. God bless you, my friend. Pristine says, ew. Let's see. Trump's the new dance called the roll call. That's right. That's right. We are taking America back. You notice that the Democrats, I'm sorry, not the Democrats, the leftist people are stealing our wordings. They say they're taking America back. We started saying that. We're taking America back from the leftist corrupted side. Have you noticed that AOC, remember when she came out for the first time and she was fighting for the people, and you know, she actually had a couple of things that I like. That there's one thing that I remember out of her whole career, AOC crazy bartender. It's when she was talking about how much money we were paying for making military equipment. Like, I think she was talking about some screws, some bolts and nuts and washers and things like that they were paying hundreds of thousands of dollars. That was ridiculous, and I really hope that has changed. I think it's bullcrap that any company will overcharge the military, the government, for any military equipment. Just because it's the government doesn't mean you get to give a high price. You will think that it will actually be the opposite, that they will actually be paying a lot less to build for America's defense, right? These nuts. For AOC says, why do you look like that? I don't know. I'm just happy to see you. All right, let's go ahead and take a look and see what they say about AOC. Best president candidate ever.
But some of the ripple effects are still being felt at our airports across the United States. Nearly 1,000 flights have already been canceled today, hundreds more delayed. The FAA says flight reductions will remain at 6% for now, as more air traffic controllers are getting back to work after going unpaid for 6 weeks.
Right. During the House vote, 6 Democrats crossed the aisle to join most GOP members in finally reopening the government.
And Mark Meredith is live on Capitol Hill with the details. Hey, Mark.
Ainsley, Lawrence, and Brian, good morning, friends. The blame game continues here on Capitol Hill, even as the longest government shutdown in American history is over. As you mentioned, overnight.
Sorry, buddy. We are here for AOC. No. Oh, here we go. Almost there, guys. Almost there. Here we go. AOC.
Your shut.
There's no one vote that ended this shutdown. We are talking about a coordinated effort of 8 senators with the knowledge of Leader Schumer voting to break with the entire Democratic Party in exchange for nothing.
I think we're in an unprecedented moment that
Man, I try not to judge, guys, but I don't know. I think that this lady is so evil. I really can't find beauty in her. I tried. It's not the shave head. It's just her. I can't find any beauty in this woman. I just can't. And she cannot tell me that I cannot use Martin Luther King's name to give people an example of our history.
demands that we consider whether or not it's the time for new leadership.
Do you think Cory Booker did say that he thinks maybe Chuck Schumer should be replaced? But I just don't understand. So you're mad at Chuck Schumer in March. Then he gives you the longest shutdown in history. Nobody else was able to keep a caucus together that long. And then because he had people finally cave after he begged them not to 2 weeks ago, now he's the bad guy. I don't want to jump on his side. I'm looking at this fight, and I'm just saying, anybody who's condemning Chuck Schumer, what was your plan? The Republicans are never going to give in because
that was not AOC.
They just wanted a continuing resolution. They didn't want anything. They wanted.
Oh, yeah, but yeah, I still don't like her. I think she's turned evil. I think that she has learned a lot from Bernie Sanders, Nancy Pelosi. Now she attacks the other side like a wild beast on the loose. And she is no longer really fighting for American people. She has sided with a communist Marxist Muslim in New York, and she has sided with Bernie Sanders saying tax the rich. In the meantime, she has been getting a lot of money, and she's learning what power feels like. And this is the reason why we want terms in office, because these clowns are taking advantage of the system. Berniel, welcome to the chat. Good evening, my friend. Hope you're doing great. And hey, listen, Tyrone, which goes by AK Melody Serena, is in the house. So be nice, all right? Be nice to Tyrone. He's a good fella, but sometimes he goes off the rails and throws a bunch of gibberish in the chat. And we're pretty nice. We're nice to disabled people and people a little bit of retard, but we're kind, And so we want to make sure that we're being nice to Tyrone. Okay, you guys be nice. Be nice.
To continue negotiating on the appropriations bills, what you do is you negotiate in the appropriations process, the committee process, to get what you want. And you got to do what's possible.
I think, Lawrence and Brian, that they're mad. I think they're mad because they lost this fight.
Yep.
They kept the government closed for a long time. That was their goal. But then eventually there were so many Democrats that caved, they lost their fight. They need someone to blame.
Right.
Yep.
So Chuck Schumer did not stand up for what he knew was right in New York City when you had.
These guys are like cannibals. They like to eat their own. Poor Schumer. Not that I feel bad for Schumer, because he betrayed his people anyway. But at the same time, that is exactly how they work. If you don't agree with them, they will hate you. And if you speak to protect the president, they will hate you. If you start caring for the American people, they will hate you. Notice this. the more that you stand up for illegal immigrants, criminality, and destruction, the more popular you become in their party. And that's the reason why AOC has become so popular, because every time she does speeches now, from now on, and lately, it's all about hating Donald Trump. And not only Donald Trump, but let's be honest, they hate all of us. Anybody that says anything good about President Trump, oh, you're a Trumpster. Yeah, and what about it? I'm still American as well. Got the same rights as you do. It doesn't make you any better than me, does it? We won. Let us have our victory and get the hell out the way so that we can do our job. You had your 4 years of stupidity. Let us have our 4 years of wisdom and rebuilding this country.
That's someone that was clearly saying anti-Semitic tropes in New York City, and now he's the next mayor of New York. He did not stand up for what he's voted for his entire career.
There you
and
go.
It was all about one person, AOC. She has the energy of the base. She was asked a question about Chuck Schumer, and is she going to run? And she dodges it.
Yep. And Bernie helped.
Should Chuck Schumer stay as minority leader?
Oh.
I think what is so important for folks to understand is that this problem is bigger than one person, and it actually is bigger than the minority leader in the Senate. And Senate Democrats have selected their leadership to represent them. And so the question needs to be bigger than just one person. We have several Senate primaries this cycle. I know I'm being asked about New York. That is years from now. I have to remind my own constituents because they think that this election is this year. We actually do have Senate elections this year, and my hope is that people across this country actually participate in their primary elections in selecting their leadership. Thank you. Thank
Yep. Bye-bye. You better run.
Quick prediction, Jeffries is not.
You better run, AOC. You better run like Schumer did at the hearing. Oh, he didn't want to hear another question, did he? AOC definitely learns. She doesn't have Bernie Sanders to defend her this time. That's why she runs away. Last time she got caught with her panties down, cut off guard. You see what I'm saying? This is what I'm talking about. Like, she didn't say anything, but this is what I'm talking about, she says. And Bernie comes in there, yeah, this is what we're talking about, blah, 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 and said nothing. It reminds me of Melody, which is Tyrone.
Next. They're going to get rid of him next. First, it was Schumer. They're not happy with Jeffries as well. They don't like his alignment with AIPAC as well. They have been very critical of how he does things. They really don't respect him. They took all their guidance from Nancy Pelosi. Nancy Pelosi kind of protected him. But now that she is retiring,
bye-bye,
I believe he is going to be the next target.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad.
By the midterms, regardless of what happens, they vote on leadership, and Chuck Schumer says, take me out. Just like Mitch McConnell says, I'm stepping back and I'm going to retire in 28. Because she says, why are you asking me this now? It's 25. He's not up till 28. So it's not even worth discussing. We're going to discuss this next year at this time because there's going to be a battle for leadership. Remember how long it took Kevin McCarthy to get the speakership, and why did he lose it? Because he did not want to shut down the government. He said, I have to sign a continuing resolution. They said, hey, you caved, you're weak. We're going to make a change. Or a handful of people did, like Matt Gaetz. Meanwhile, as I mentioned before, Cory Booker, on the passage of this funding, he was asked about the future of leadership. He said the Democratic Party needs to change. It is time for a new generation of leaders to stand up to Trump. And to all those complicit in sabotaging the American dream, our country needs to come back. Americans deserve better. And
yeah, because the American dream is to allow illegal immigrants to take over America. Yeah, that's the American dream, all right.
The Democratic Party is to deliver. New leaders must rise, stand, and fight. So they're good friends, and he's calling for Schumer to go.
Well, it's good news for flights. Hopefully flights will be back in order by Thanksgiving, right?
I'm Steve Ducey.
All right, fantastic. We got through that video, and it's out of my list. I got more. We got plenty of more to go through here, my friends. Man, Dirty Money is taking... I haven't even finished reading a comment, and this guy gets red on the... Whoa! See, I was about to read that comment. Gone. This chat is amazing. It is only for patriots and for constructive criticism only. Not BS, not stupid, moronic, repeated spam, and horrible comments. I appreciate that 100%. My man, you'll find out I don't know what you're saying, Ryan. What are we talking about here? I don't know. Surviving says, remember when Hillary said Cory Booker and Eric Holder looked alike and they called the right racist? Yeah. It's always racial, though, man. And we know the Democratic Party. I know I supported them before, but that's not the point. They were good for a while. All right? They were good for a while. I know, man. I'm trying to respond to some of it, but it's all good, man. Keep it clean. Keep it clean. I'm pretty sure our patrons appreciate that. And who knows? Maybe we'll get more subscribers to come back and watch. It is all okay, my friend. As I said before, the views I don't care about. Unless I'm being sponsored and I'm doing commercials, it's different, right? But I don't care about the views. What I care about is quality of people on my chat. Because I will tell you this. You guys, all of you patrons in here, right? All of my members, you guys know I love Trinity. I love Trinity because she's smart, she's wise, she supports me, and, she does her homework. But we disagreed on something. We talked about it, and we have agreement. You know what? She was right. And she was right about what I was disagreeing with. So I gave in, and I agreed, and, well, this is where we are today. So I do appreciate that. And I want you guys to tell me if I'm saying something wrong, or if you want to correct me on something, by all means. Some of you guys already have my phone number. Everybody should have my email by now. It's dennisahora@gmail.com. If you guys don't know how that's spelled, it's Dennis. Let me type it here on my phone. Ahora. There you go. All right, you can shoot emails on there. If you spam it or you give me junk, I will report your ass and block you. But if you guys want to give me constructive criticism, by all means, you can do that there. If you have any suggestions, by all means, put your suggestions there. Hey, Catwalk, how are you? Welcome to the chat. And I appreciate you, okay? As I said, this is my job. This is what I do for a living. So I appreciate you guys' support. And we're going to continue growing this channel. Believe me, I have a lot of plans for this channel to grow. And I really want this channel to be the most supportive channel for American patriots. As a migrant, many migrants will agree with me when they've done the right steps the right way and become residents and American citizens. One of the things that we don't want to allow is to make the United States like the third world country shitholes that we may have come from. Okay. Now, when I say that, I mean that in a way of the government, in the way of how some of the policies are crap. Because let's be honest, to me, I'm a very simple man. If I own my land and I live up in the mountain, if I own my land and I grow my own food and I have my own cattle and I do fishing, etc., I am the richest man on earth. I love that. So that's where I'm at with that. I don't need big, luxury things and this and that. I think having God in my heart is the best thing that I can have. And I will tell you guys one thing. The farther that I live away from the city, the happier my heart beats. And it's not a lie. It is true. The only thing is this. I've been married to my wife for 14 years. And I have been, thank you for the super chat, brother. Appreciate you, Salt. But I have this thing, like if I go somewhere, somebody's about to be the boss. Let me see. No, not that one. How many points away are we here? Man, you guys are quick. Oh, 6 points. 6 points. Next super chat, even if it's $1 takes that, I believe. I've been to beautiful places, paradise-looking beautiful places, and it makes me happy. It makes me joyful, and I feel closer to God. Like I can literally just be like, God, thank you for today. And I feel it. And it's so there. But if I don't have my wife and my children, there's an empty hole inside of me. That's because I have them alive and we are married and we are together and we are one together. It's four of us, but we are one, right? It's kind of like the Holy Trinity, right? The Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, they're one. That's kind of how I am with my family. We're one. But that paradise means nothing if I don't have them with me. So, got to balance it. Got to balance it. And one day, hopefully one day, I'll be able to have both of those things in my life, and that will really make it paradise for me. Okay? Let's see. What do we got in here? Patriot says salt. And exactly, Rush Babe says if you work for it, you care for it. Rush Babe. Rush Babe. She is the boss of the night. Let's go. Hit it. Rush Babe is playing The Price is Right. Rush Babe, come on down. She bet $1 over and made it to the stream boss, and her name is on there. That's right, man. She deserves to be up there. Absolutely, 100%. I love it. That's awesome. And also, on other news, we are one subscriber away from 10,900 subscribers. I don't know how we've gotten this far, to be honest. I am very impressed. Of course, I try to be fair. I try to do the best that I can. But, man, you guys, I have been blessed with you members. I know I don't have that many, but I have been blessed because you guys have been so supportive, and it gives me hope, that we're going to be doing some great things. I think that when we grow our audience, we're going to be able to do even greater things. I have so many projects. You guys have no idea, and I think that we can do a very good job together. Danny's here. Danny is in the house. Oh, snap. Danny takes the lead. Do you think Trump, hold on, SA. Do you think Trump is on the list of clients of Epstein files? It means a lot to me coming from you. I think yes, but not on the way people think. So we will see what happens. The files are being released completely, 100%. I hope they come unredacted. I want to see all names. If people really believe what they say and this and that, well, they better go ahead and put their name on that. Like they say, put your money where your mouth is, and with that, that is a $20 super chat, and you do get the whole clip. So all you leftist people, sorry about that, but this is just for my patriots. Here we go. Hit it, big boss. There you go. The big boss, el jefe, el patrón in the chat. Güero, is the email true saying Trump is the dog that didn't bark? Yes, I believe that that's what the email said. Whether I believe it's real, maybe. I can't really say for certain, but it doesn't really mean that he was doing something wrong in there. Without context, we won't know really exactly what he's talking about. The one problem here is this, guys, and I'm just going to be a little bit biased on this, and I will try to. Yeah, I'll give you a couple of examples of how we can be wrong, and I say we for a reason. All right. I think that there is a lot of things that don't add up, and one of them, it's Epstein was very good friends with Trump. We know this, okay? Now we know they're both rich. Oh snap! All right, I'm gonna go ahead and play the part of that clip again, but. Before we continue, thank you, Danny, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Love you. You're phenomenal, bro. I appreciate the support. They were friends, and I think friendship is great, okay? But I'm going to tell you from experience is this. I had a best friend. He's a Mexican guy. I met him about a year after I came to this country, and we were together. Luis Montalvo says, now I can buy those shoes. No, I got to pay bills. My luxuries, my materialistic life, that is last. First, I got to feed my family. I got to pay the bills, keep a roof over my head. And then we can talk about other stuff. Besides, I got a couple of suits that I had to go buy. And no, they're not the expensive ones. They're the cheap ones. But nonetheless, they're suits, and I love them. So I got to go get them. With that being said we were best friends until one day, when President Donald Trump was running for president, and he said that he was going to build a wall to keep illegal immigrants off the United States of America, and that Mexico would pay for it. He said that he didn't want illegal criminal aliens coming across the border, and that was enough for him to hate me for supporting President Donald Trump. So I can tell you, he said a bunch of nasty things to me. Like, whoa. I say, hey, come on, man. What is that about? And then he started calling me all these things. And it's just like, I forgive him. But he doesn't forgive me for supporting Trump. So with that being said, I can tell you this, that President Trump and Epstein were friends. President Donald Trump was a playboy, and, it was all these women, and who knows, maybe more women than we probably know, right? He did some shady deals, all this stuff. But here's the thing. President Trump might have hung out with him and everything, but just like my best friend, he supports things that I don't. The difference is I don't hate him, obviously, right? I don't have a problem with him, but he has a problem with me. Now, President Donald Trump and Epstein had a real estate issue, which can always bring up animosity, hate, resentment. And I think that if somebody's doing something or smearing President Trump, for whatever reason, the situation is compromised, is stained. I cannot trust it because they had that history. They had that fight. And I can tell you this, that as soon as Donald Trump knew what they were doing, even if he didn't say anything about it, okay? Forget about that. That's not his business. He's not going to start an investigation on this guy. He knew that he was going to get caught eventually. But the most important thing is this. None of the women that President Donald Trump has ever dated or had were always older women. None of them were minors. And all these lies that people want to make up, that's okay. Listen, you guys already know my thing. If there is proof, if there's video, and there's things, and they better be proven not to be fake, by the way. And they kind of find all this other stuff. That the emails can be real. What they put on there can be fake, can be edited, that can be changed. If it's in paper, okay. You will think, and I want you to think with logic, okay? The Epstein files. Do you think that if President Trump was hiding any information on the Epstein files, you think that he's going to have that document laying around? Those documents would have been in the black bags to go burn for the FBI. They would just get rid of those files. Do you really think he's that stupid? That if he has all the evidence, if he's holding all this evidence, you think that he's really going to hold on to all of this crap so that he has to give those documents and show them? Come on, man. You got to think better than that. And I go back to the same argument that we've done forever. Democrats were in control of all of these things. And if Obama and Hillary were to stoop so low and to plan a Russia collusion, I can tell you they would have used those files to bury President Donald Trump. But the problem is this. I don't think it is what you think it is. I think that there is dirty politicians on there. And the people that are asking for these files to be released, they don't even know what they're asking for. So there is going to be people that are going to get in trouble for these files. But I can tell you, I don't believe it's Donald Trump. But let's say it is. He's got to go to jail. He's got to go. Whatever the punishment is going to be, it has to happen. I'm just excited that we have J.D. Vance as a backup. All right, that's all I'm saying. And with that, because you are still the boss, Danny boy. Well, sorry, I don't know if you're going to be mad at me for saying it that way. But Danny, you still get an extra clip. You are still the boss. Like a boss, like el jefe, el patrón. All right, let's see. Rocker says the intelligence agencies are in charge of those files, not the parties. You're wrong there, bro. So riddle me this. Why does everybody blame Donald Trump for not releasing the files? Sounds fishy. Thank you, Brenda. You're a very smart woman. They won't believe if his name is not on it. Yeah, right. Yeah. Just like they don't believe any of the victims that said Donald Trump had nothing to do with anything, but they are willing to listen to this one victim that Democrats have been able to, I don't know, provide. Man, slowing down on the Kool-Aid. No, I don't think so. We're going to continue drinking that Kool-Aid all day long. Weddle says, we have to step up and help those that can't help themselves. I agree 100%. Finally, Weddle, man, you are seeing the light. There might be hope for you just yet. Toma, cabrón. Anna says the women who complained, they told who was abusing them, interview them, ask them every detail. Yeah. Dirty Money says, fellow patriots, I'm out. Y'all stay blessed. Dirty Money is out. Thanks for all the work you do, my friend. I wouldn't be who I am today if it wasn't for all of you. So thank you, Dirty Money. Have a good one. Take it easy, brother. Adam waves at everybody. Next time, says my man, Roberto. Oh, Roberto Vasquez says, same body say he stinks bad. Okay. Javier Estrada says, you're sick, man. You're sick. 1991, con el pinche nopal en la frente, talking about Kool-Aid. Hey, don't get mad because you ain't got no Kool-Aid. Where's the tortas at, man? That's what I want to know. Where's the tortas? I need some tacos right now, my friend. Man, and speaking of tacos, man, there's this great place called Alberto's here in Casino Road, Everett, Washington. I'm gonna tell you, it's a little mom and pop's Mexican restaurant. It's a franchise, okay? But bro, the food is so good. I'm gonna tell you something. There's another business across on another street. They're pretty good. They're good, but the tacos, they're like mini tacos. You know, they're like this big, and yeah, it tastes good, but it's very small, and it's like $15 if you want 4 tacos, okay? And then you get like a soda, and what's the other thing you get in there? What is it you get? Yeah, just the soda. It's included on there, okay? Oh man, Adam, bro, the tortas are the best, bro. I think it's all in the best. It is on the flavor of the meat, but it has a lot to do with the taste of the actual bread that they use on the tortas. But anyway, so they have all the same food because it's a Mexican restaurant, right? But they have all this food. But here's the thing. They have this thing, Viva la raza, mi gente. Viva mi Trump. I like it. I like this guy. I like this guy. Mayo? No, we don't use mayo. I mean, I love mayo, but we don't use mayo for these tacos. Now, if I make the tacos here myself, yes, I like to put mayo on the tortilla. But not at the Mexican restaurants. They don't do that. But anyways, they have these 12 tacos, okay? And they're like big-sized tortillas, and they have a lot of meat. And it's like 12 tacos and a free big soda for $21.99. Guys, 12 tacos and a big soda, $21.99, instead of getting a soda with 4 tacos at $15.99. Imagine. 30, that's what, 4, 8, 12, 3 times the amount. 15, that's like $45. And you're paying $21.99 and you're getting bigger rations. Like literally, if we go there, hey, man. Oh man, you don't like mayo? Who doesn't like mayo? Anyway, with this time, I kid you not. I mean, I can put it away easy. You know what I'm saying? But you can go there and 3 people, because the tacos are good sized tacos. You can feed 3 people just fine. Just got to buy 2 extra sodas or waters or chatas, Jamaica juice, or what's the other one? Pineapple juice, whatever you want. But I mean, it's great for the price, and the food is fantastic. Oh, Liberty for all. Did you take that? Liberty took the chat. Oh, dude, I like that. I like the American shirt. It looks like, and he is revealing the Salvadorian flag inside, and I love it. Thank you for the super chat, brother. Let's see. The problem is not that he may or not be on the list or files, but I think he is covering some high names. Yeah, maybe, who may hurt others with their testimony, but like you say, we need no reduction. Yeah, I think the redaction is the biggest thing. I think that if people are going to come out and, I mean, look at this. They say they want to redact all the names to protect the innocent, okay? All right, well, who's the innocent? We need to know. Is one of those names Donald Trump's names that is redacted? If that's the case, that means he's innocent, correct? Because all these victims, I mean, they came out in public in front of cameras, and they all said that Trump was not involved. But, I mean, nonetheless, they still came out in public. I mean, I was catching a ferry in Edmonds when I was watching this live, and I'm like, what the hell? What? Oh, but there you go. What else do Democrats want? You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, if his name is on the chat, if his name is on the files, sorry, if the name is on the files and is deducted, that means that he is innocent. But nonetheless, we still got to see it. And with that, my patrons, with that chat, we get to watch the video of the boss, Big Jefe El Patron. And Rush Babe says, Chi-Chis. Like a boss. El jefe, el patrón. Official says, amen. All right. Dancing in the house. Thanks for the super chat, brother. I appreciate you. I'm glad you can make it tonight. Thank you guys so much. You guys have blessed me a lot today. This morning, you guys also blessed me, and I appreciate it. You know, with the kids and the wife, you know, my wife supports me 100% doing this, and I love doing it. You know, I like chatting, as you guys can tell. I don't like to talk too much. I'm a very introvert, timid guy, and I'm just very shy. But I love doing this, and if you guys believe that, I have an old bridge that I have to sell you. Luther Marshall says, that's a good point. I haven't thought of it that way. Oh hey, listen. My pleasure. Yeah, thank you, Rush. I know she's been struggling today. You know, she's dealing with. I mean, I don't know if she wants me to share it with the people, but she's been having some complications lately. I was gonna go live at noon, but we were at the hospital together today. So as soon as I came home, you know, we got some stuff together for me to share with you guys. But she's doing okay. She's doing good. But we got to continue. We got to continue the grind. We got to continue doing what we do. Why don't we go ahead and take a look at Nome here? Christine is actually offering some bonus money to TSA agents, and Luther says, I may disagree on a lot of things, but you do very good work. Thanks, Luther. Man, that's a big compliment. I appreciate that. So Christine Newman, Christine Nome is offering a bonus, obviously from President Trump, to these TSA workers that kept working without pay. They're going to get retro pay. They're going to get their regular salary plus a bonus. I think it's nice, but we also have a lot of other people that are in big need of help, and I don't think the $2,000 thing, it's a good thing, but I could be wrong. Thank you for the super chat, Liberty. That said, yes, we need for clarity. Who did what? Who? Let's put these flies on rest already and move to things that matter to our well-being. These files are getting old as shit. I agree. And, you know, people think that when I say don't worry about the files, that it doesn't mean that I don't want to know what's going on in there or that I want to be blind or anything like that. It's not about that. It's just we got other more important things to deal with. But you know what? After this whole files thing goes through, I don't want to hear shit anymore about this Epstein thing that everybody keeps talking about. I just don't care about it. People judging with morality when they themselves are not clean. It gets on my nerves, but I don't care if it's the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air or the Prince of England, the Prince of Spain. I don't care who it is. Nobody, especially holy weirdos, should be protected by anybody, and these files need to be revealed 100%. No redactions. All names got to be present. Everybody needs to be on that list. So with that being said, Liberty for All, you get a few seconds of the boss dance. The big boss, El Patron. Man, some got $10,000 checks today? Oh, man. I'm in the wrong business, my friends. Wrong business. All right, let's take a look and listen to what Christine Nome says about these patriots that kept working through and grinded through all this bull crap that these stupid politicians put this country through. Let's take a listen.
I'm the Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. And for the last 43 days, we have been dealing with a government shutdown that has dramatically impacted the lives of the American people. And people were not just inconvenienced, but they were also damaged and harmed by what Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries and the Democratic Party did to the American people. What I'm so proud of, though, today, and what I'm here talking about today, is the outstanding patriotism and service of our TSA officers and officials that stepped up every single day to make sure that those individuals at our airports and at our transportation systems continued to be safe and secure while they went about their daily lives, and limited the impact on those families that relied so much on getting to where they needed to be on time. So today we are announcing that we are going to be handing out bonus checks of $10,000 to TSOs, to agents who work for TSA who served with exemplary service. And what that means is that we are going to not only continue their paychecks like they should have received all along, but also they're going to get a bonus check for stepping up, taking on extra
Guys, all right, let's go ahead and judge these people real quick. I love it. God, come on, grab the damn box. I love it. I love it. All right. I know I got a very small screen for you guys, but I'm going to try to zoom in a lot. All right. I want you to see people here. All right. Look at the lady right there with a big smile. She's like, "Oh, yeah." I don't know what happened to this guy. He's not happy. But this lady right here, she's like, we're getting some now. He doesn't believe it. She looks ecstatic right here. This guy back here is falling asleep, working too hard. God bless them. And then she is over here saying, that better be true, lady. I don't be trusting no white people. All right, with that being said, let's keep watching. Be serious, guys.
shifts, for showing up each and every day, for serving the American people, and taking seriously the mission that the Department of Homeland Security takes seriously and that they take seriously every single day, and that's keeping the American people safe while they go and commute across the country and while they do their work and business and take care of their families. Today we're going to talk about a couple of individuals that did incredible things here at the George Bush Airport, that stepped up and took on extra challenges, extra hours, even though their families were dealing with some difficulties.
So I don't know if we have any young people in our chat in here, but I'm going to tell you, man, I'm a half a century old, almost. I'm still in the 49s. I still got a ways to go to my 50. But I noticed that the older I get, the younger old women look. Is that weird? Like, I think she looks like in her 30s. I don't know. I think the older I get, I think the younger, older women look. That's just how I feel. But, I've always found older women more attractive anyway. Yeah, see, and that proves to you that I don't think young little girls are attractive at all. I'm hip, Adam, says the man. Rush says, all women wish they looked like that at 50. How about Demi Moore? I remember when she was 50, she looked like she was in her 20s doing Ghost. You know what I'm saying? That, man, I'm telling you. So I think part of it is makeup, but I think a lot of it is down, boy. I think it's makeup. I think it's diets. I think it's exercise. It's all of those things put together, and also, having a good life. I think that makes a difference on all of us. And I notice a lot of people that are healthy, they do stay younger, longer. And plastic surgery does come in handy. I agree with that, Pop. All right.
Because of the government shutdown, they were examples to the rest of the individuals who worked with them and endured those hardships and continued to shine a light on really what is special about America. We have Rico, who is with us today, Mr. Walker, and I would like to focus on Rico a little bit today because he is not only a 20-year officer, but he's also a member of the National Deployment Force, which means that he takes on extra responsibilities at TSA. He not only fulfilled every one of his hours during this shutdown, but he also was more than willing to take on extra shifts to make sure that the public didn't have any kind of hardships, delays, or security concerns during this government shutdown that was facilitated by the Democrat Party. I also have Ashley next to me. Ashley has continued to serve at TSA. I believe she came to work here in January and showed up and has been an example of an excellent employee, but she also, during this time, was through the process of trying to buy a home when the government shut down. She was going to be moving and excited about undertaking that change in her life with her family, and that had to stop dramatically when her paycheck quit coming, because of what was happening with Chuck Schumer and the Democratic Party refusing to ensure that our security officials were getting their paychecks. I'm hopeful that she will be able to go and purchase a home soon, now that that has been restored, that this bonus check will be helpful to her and her family at pursuing the American dream of home ownership, and that also, as we talk about her, that her example of optimism and cheerfulness despite these kinds of hardships will be something that the rest of our TSA employees can look to, but also the...
Man, God bless her and her family. That is awesome. I really hope she gets that house, man. God bless you, lady. God bless you.
The American people, recognizing that even when these challenges come, that we can take them on and continue to be an encouragement to people around us. So today, though, we have many other TSA officers here that I'm going to be handing bonus checks to. Ooh. Every single one of these individuals served with exemplary service, which means they were an example of not only taking seriously the security concerns and measures that TSA has to every single day in the Department of Homeland Security, but also they went above and beyond. They helped individuals, they served extra shifts, they helped with transportation of people getting back and forth to work, other challenges that families...
Calm down, boy. Calm down. Right back at you, man. Listen, I don't know what I can do to, change some of these looks that I don't carry well, but who knows? Maybe a little bit of makeup would help. Liberty for all is gay. Bro, don't let him, bro. Don't let him, Liberty. Get him. Get him.
May have. They were all examples of what we need, and we will be continuing to not only recognize employees across the country, but we will be looking at every single TSA official that helped serve during this government shutdown and do what we can to recognize that and help them financially with a bonus check to get them and their family back on their feet. So with that, Rico, I want to present to you a check and say thank you from the American people. Appreciate it. Ashley, thank you. Yes. And is Leo here? All right, Leo. There.
That's awesome, dude. That's very nice. Very, very nice. Berniel, you're still here, my friend. Always good to see you, brother. Man, she is happy. She's going to bring something for her family. Man, God bless her. 10 G's, guys. How does it feel to have $10,000 in your hands? I mean, I know how it feels, but it's been a while. I'm so happy for all of them. That's not their check, that's the bonus.
I'm also incredibly grateful for everyone in this community, this airport, the private companies that stepped up and helped support these families during the government shutdown when their paychecks stopped. And I just can't say enough about the partnerships that we've been able to build in light of this tragic situation when the Democrats shut down the government, that we still saw the best of America. We saw people come together and support each other, take care of each other, and go above and beyond to make sure that the mission of the Department of Homeland Security was fulfilled, that it was to keep the American people safe with honor and with integrity, and that we can continue to do that. I do want to recognize our Federal Security Director, Juan Sanchez, who is with us today, and thank him for his service and all of his hard work to take care of people and keep them safe each and every day. He also has two deputies, Jimmy and Jose, who help him every single day in this role and in this facility. And I also am extremely grateful for how they have partnered together with those.
You get her love and support. Be grateful. Hey, it's what we're supposed to do, man. We take care of your wife. Your reward is well worth it, my friend. You have a family that's priceless. You're a good man. Good man. You got my respect.
Those private companies, individuals, and donations to make sure we were taking care of our frontline individuals, keeping our security measures in place. There's a lot of exciting things going on at TSA, a lot of good news, and we're grateful that we are able to not only support the families that are a part of our workforce, but that also we've been able to implement policy changes that make travel easier for those individuals who go through TSA. I think everybody is very happy about the security measures and technology that we've implemented, but then also allowed people to do different measures going through security lanes, such as keeping your shoes on, and still going through the technology that's necessary to make sure that we have safe transportation systems. We are implementing veterans lanes and military lanes so they can have a special screening process that's expedited for them, being grateful for their service to our country. And also we're implementing family lanes across the country for families that may have small children, recognizing that that's a little bit of an extra challenge getting through the TSA security checkpoints, and we want to make sure we have extra help there and extra measures to help do it in a way that can be pleasant and enjoyable for that family as well. We're continuing to make sure that the investments at TSA facilitate the traveling public. They support the individuals that live in this country, but also the commerce of this country, to make sure that our businesses and our families that make the backbone of America can continue to be successful and to be safe while they do that, meeting the emerging threats we may face from around the world. We're grateful for this TSA employees behind us today. We're grateful for their example, what they mean to America, the fact that they show up even on a bad day. They continue to do their work, and they do it with embracing the mission of TSA, which is to serve the public and to keep people safe. Many of them took an oath to this job because they recognize the threats that America faces, and they
Hey, don't hate because she knows how to put makeup on.
wanted to serve in this position to help keep people safe. I think that's remarkable. We need more people like that in this world today, and I think they're all great Americans. So thank you for your service, and with that, I will ask Juan, did you want to say a few words? I'll let you open it up to you, and then we'll take some questions.
Thank you, ma'am.
Hi, Mark.
Thank you all. Couple of words. I really just want to thank my entire leadership team for getting us through this challenging time.
That's right, Rush, babe. You have been promoted. Access level 5 granted.
For the many leaders across the country at TSA, I know it's been really tough, but thank you for bearing in there and hanging out and looking after our people. That's exactly.
I don't give Brian and men access to level.
What it's about. We couldn't have done it without these officers behind me and the entire leadership team. It was an entire group effort. We were supported by the airport community, our key stakeholders in Houston, and likely across the country. So thank you all, and my hat's off to every TSA employee. Thank you for what you do. Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. With that, we'll open it up to any questions you may have. Yes, sir.
It's not a sports coat, but thank you for noticing. I just don't have my whole suit on, but this is part of a whole suit. It's a 3-piece. But I am going to get some sports jackets for sure.
You
This is not everybody here that works at this airport that will be getting checks. We're going to continue to evaluate every single employee that helped during the shutdown and stepped up and went above and beyond. Sure.
Thank you, Jessica. Very smart.
Mm-hmm. That's not necessarily the parameters. We're going to look at every individual that did exceptional service during this period of time when there were so many hardships. So the mission of Transportation Security Agency is to facilitate safe travel for commerce and for individuals. They go through our country's airports. People who met that mission and went above and beyond are the folks that we're focused on. Yes.
Also wondering what was the total amount of people who were working unpaid in TSA?
Oh, there was tens of thousands of individuals that stepped up and continued to serve. Many of them took on extra shifts, much like Rico did, to fill in for individuals who couldn't necessarily be there every single day. But we're so proud of every single individual, whether they were a frontline agent at a security gate, whether they were administrative. There was many of them that made sure that things still continued to operate at our airports that needed to be done, and tens of thousands of individuals did extraordinary things during the shutdown that we're so grateful is over after 43 days.
I think that what complements Noam is that she's very smart as well. I think that's what complements her, and that's what makes her look even more attractive. I think probably as a person physically might be like a 7 or 8, but I think that her brains, her work ethics, all the stuff, the way she carries herself, makes her a perfect 10. That's in my opinion.
Yes.
Hi, Sean Hartzell with CBS News. Just curious, when will TSA workers receive their back pay? We've heard that air traffic controllers might start seeing about 70% of their back pay in the next day or so. Is the state going to apply for these TSA workers across the country?
Yes, we're facilitating that as soon as possible. They've already missed pay periods and recognizing that that's a hardship on their families. So we did all of the administrative work that we needed to late last night to ensure that that payroll would be processed as soon as possible. And within the next coming days, they will get that into their bank accounts.
And then just to follow up, compared to the last government shutdown, there were a lot less call-outs from TSA.
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. I think they understand the mission of this administration and the role and the importance that they have within the government. The Department of Homeland Security specifically, we have been very dedicated to making sure that each of our employees feels appreciated, that they understand the responsibilities that they have, but also the mission for why our department was created. Our department was created in response to the terrorist attacks of 9/11. And TSA is unique because so many of the employees that I talked to that were
Have a good night, Liberty, and next time get a 12-pack. You know you're going to make a second run with a 6. Knock it off. Be wiser.
work in this agency specifically signed up because of a story tied to 9/11, because they understood the responsibility that we have to make sure that individuals getting on these airplanes are the right people, people that love this country, that want to just travel and not commit harm and harmful acts against individuals. And that's why they serve, and that's why they joined this agency. So we're grateful.
Well, Liberty for all, he can have another 6-pack. He already bought me a Starbucks coffee, and I appreciate that, because that, my friends, is luxury. Thanks for the super chats, brother. We'll see you next time. I don't know. I'll probably still be here by the time you come back from the store anyway. We'll see.
For that, but I think having those conversations and supporting their families is very important. I've told many people that when you are having a crisis at home, when you're dealing with something difficult at home, you can't pay your bills or your family's struggling with a health issue, it's very difficult to do your job with excellence. It's very difficult to do your job with every part of your being when something at home isn't going right. And so that's one of the things that we worked to do during this government shutdown that was pushed on us by the Democratic senators out in Washington, D.C., was to make sure we supported our employees, took care of their families so that they could show up every single day and make sure they kept America safe.
Michael.
Leslie Dulles for Fox 6 KRIB here in Houston. Does DHS support classifying
He does.
agents as essential with guaranteed pay in this situation
You know, that's something that we're definitely having conversations still with the administration and the White House on. Absolutely, every single one of the agents in front of us, I believe, are essential. I think.
Sorry, Christine, but my brother Bernil dropped a super chat, and before you leave, you know I gotta do the thing that we do. You are the new stream boss. Have a good night, brother. El jefe, el patrón. Good night, Berniel. Take it easy, brother. Michael says, sorry, some of my voice text came out wrong. Have a good night. Gotta love the Trump dance. All right, Mrs. Nome, go for it.
That these employees at the Department of Homeland Security are essential because they are a national security agency. The task of the Department of Homeland Security is to ensure the safety of every person who's in this country, would leave or come into this country. We have authorities and jurisdictions over every single product or good that is in this country or leaves this country and comes in. And then also jurisdiction over the internet, what's said or communicated or sold. So it's broad authorities, and the people that make sure that we do our jobs every single day are essential to making sure that our security is guaranteed.
Last question.
Basically, as continuation, is there any specific amount of money to be designated to pay the workers in general? Unions?
You know, we have, because of reevaluating and being efficient and being diligent with taxpayer dollars, have $2,025 that have been left over from some of the savings that we've been able to negotiate on different contracts and different spending requirements that when this administration came in. We will be utilizing that to make sure these bonuses are paid. But no, we're going to be recognizing employees who served with exemplary service. They will be getting $10,000 checks, each of them, and we will continue to recognize all of them that we believe are extremely deserving serving during such a difficult time as this. Anything else? Okay. Thank you. I appreciate you being here, and God bless you.
All right. Thank you very much. We appreciate you. And that video is gone. All right. I do have a video that I want to show you guys. I mean, obviously, I want to show you everything, but I do have a couple more things that I want to show you. If you stick around, you'll find out what those things are. One of them is Rush Babe. You might be interested in this one. One of them is going to, you know what? Let me play that first. This is a video about 1958. Fucking joke. I could use 10 grand myself, my friend. We all could. Let me see. Where is my video? I had to create it because of the audio. Yeah, here it is.
We have.
All right. This is for More Perfect Union. This is about farmers. And, you know, we talk about farmers and how illegal immigration is hurting our country. And I mentioned this before. The reason why I grabbed this video is because I mentioned it before and I couldn't remember where I saw it. So I finally found it. And as you're going to see, there are people that are working on the farms, not just here in Washington State, but down in California and other states, of course. And they have, Hispanics that have been here for generations. They're born here. They're residents. They're citizens. There are some illegal parents with their kids being born here. And I don't want you to concentrate on getting deporting and all the. Forget about deportations and all this other stuff. What I want you to concentrate on is what companies are doing to the migrants that come and work hard. I believe that when they speak in Spanish, they'll translate to English. So try to pay attention, and hopefully you guys can read the actual wordings, okay? Let's go ahead and take a listen.
A problem in this country of our agricultural production has depended on workers who are in some ways not fully free.
Como los esclavos en antes, pero no le están haciendo como los esclavos, pero entre.
I apologize. I was so excited with Kristi Noem. I made the screen too big. You guys won't be able to read that. Okay, I think that might be big enough. Sorry about that. Yeah, let's see, go back here. It's like how the slaves were before is how they start.
Pero no le están haciendo como los esclavos, pero entre ellos mismos están haciendo lo mismo.
In recent years, a massive scheme to traffic and exploit vulnerable workers has taken shape in the U.S.
Estábamos viviendo cerca de 200 personas en unas squads. Prácticamente tienen tu vida como secuestrada, no sé, se siente uno así.
Corporations are bringing in hundreds of thousands of temporary workers who have few rights and little recourse when their employers break the law. And this is the legal pathway to working in the United States. So how did we end up with a system like this?
The Republican Party, and let's be honest, parts of the Democratic Party are captured by these corporate agricultural interests. No other industry would get away with this.
What we discovered on a trip to Washington State and California revealed how a visa for workers who are trying to play by the book became a legal loophole for corporations to perpetrate some of the worst types of labor abuses. And how companies are not only getting away with this, but are quietly scheming to make it even worse.
Desde pequeño soñaba yo con venir a Estados Unidos. Soy ciudadano americano. Todos mis hijos nacidos en este lindo estado de Sunnyside, Washington.
Sunnyside is an agricultural town in eastern Washington. Farm workers from Mexico started moving here after World War II. Generations later,
I'll put them on top so that you guys can read the words easier. Hopefully that helps.
Families like Crisanto Serranos are the bedrock of the agricultural workforce. Crisanto's worked on farms here for the past 40 years, at least until last summer.
Fui en enero de este año para meter la aplicación para ver si me podían llamar a trabajar y pues mi aplicación fue anulada, no me hablaron, no me solicitaron.
Crisanto lost his job at a mushroom farm, but not because the company didn't have enough work.
Y he salido a buscar trabajos y no he podido encontrar. Pero ahorita, si vas a ranchos, tienen puro contratado.
The contracted workers Crisanto is talking about are migrant workers who are brought to the U.S. on temporary work permits known as H-2A visas.
For the first many years of the program, it really wasn't used very much.
But in just the past decade, it's more than tripled in size. The H-2A program is supposed to be a legal way for workers to come to the U.S. What happens in practice is very different.
Their employer essentially owns and controls their immigration status, which means their ability to be in the United States and to work and earn money.
The creators of the documentary is who did the subtitles.
That has led to many cases of forced labor and human trafficking and serious abuses of H-2A workers.
Workers who speak out can face tremendous risks, including deportation. So it's rare to get an in-depth account of what exactly workers are dealing with.
We're on our way to meet Frank. He was an H-2A worker for several years out in Connecticut, but he now lives in Southern California. So we're going to meet him at the motel where he's been staying.
Así vivíamos cuando trabajaba para Manzana, todo amontonado.
Frank Javier Zavala Martinez was recruited to work in the U.S. by a company called Manzana. He began the long journey from Mexico to Connecticut in 2021. When he got there, he found out he'd be staying here, a labor camp with 200 workers who slept on bunk beds separated by garbage bags or on air mattresses when there weren't enough beds. Frank raised his concerns to his supervisor.
Le dije a Luis, vive mucha gente aquí, y él luego me comentó, me dice, si te gusta, si no, puedes buscar donde vivir tú.
Frank worked up to 60 hours a week at Casertano Greenhouses, a plant nursery in Connecticut. There was no time off during holidays and no overtime pay. At what point did you start to wonder if what Manzana was doing was illegal?
En el punto en que empezaron a cobrarnos el dinero por traernos. Y yo desde ahí empecé a notar que había cosas extrañas.
Frank had to take out a high-interest loan to cover his travel expenses, costs that should have been fully reimbursed by Manzana, but weren't. Then he was charged fees in order to be recruited back the following season, which is illegal for companies to do.
Si nosotros no dábamos esa parte de dinero, ya no regresábamos. Hubo compañeros que les tocó no dar esa parte y ya no regresaron a trabajar. Uno estaba pagando por trabajar, así principalmente.
In a 2020 report by the Centro de los Derechos del Migrante, a quarter of workers reported paying recruitment fees. More than 60% took out loans to come to the U.S. For Frank, these costs added up to thousands of dollars each season. Did you feel like there was anyone that you could turn to for help?
Mire, desgraciadamente no. No, y principalmente no busqué una persona porque como que tenemos prohibido acercarnos a las personas a platicar de nuestra situación. Yo les soy sincero, yo opté por quitarme la vida porque yo no aguantaba la presión ya. La situación de sus necesidades pues lo va obligando o a que usted aguante.
H-2A workers come here, don't speak the language, don't know anybody here, and have paid recruitment fees, so they're basically indentured and afraid to leave their job and have very little recourse.
Even when workers do report labor violations, there are rarely investigations.
We looked at what the chance would be that any employer gets investigated in a given year, and it's far less than 1% of a chance that any farm employer will be investigated in a given year. So really, they can, for the most part, operate with impunity and not worry that the Labor Department is ever going to show up.
Despite evidence of widespread abuse of workers' rights, the H-2A program is only continuing to grow. There were more than 380,000 H-2A jobs in 2024, almost 8 times as many as in 2005.
Very simply, the H-2A program was set up as the idea being that it would supplement the workforce that exists, that if there was not a local American worker who could do the job, that there would be a labor source to fill that need.
Antonio de Luera Brust works with United Farm Workers, a union that organizes farm workers nationwide. We met up in Washington, where employers are increasingly turning to the H-2A program over undocumented and citizen workers who have been here for decades.
One of the issues here is the H-2A program has these rules that are supposed to protect local workers. But as we say in the UFW, there's one law in the books and there's another law in the fields.
Employers are legally obligated to hire U.S. workers first when they're available.
Yep.
But several workers we talked to said that's not what's happening.
Anunciaban en la radio cadena que ocupaban gente. Y un día yo le hablé al patrón, oye, tal anuncio que ocupan gente. Que él me dijo, ya no agarres gente. Si había gente, no las agarraban. Estaban esperando a que llegaran esta chidosa. Y tenían el anuncio en el desempleo, según para cubrirse.
So, of course, you understand that the reason why the employers put the advertising out there that they were hiring is because they are by law required to hire Americans first, and then they can use the H-2 visa holders, okay? And so they put the advertisement on there, but they wouldn't actually hire the people that are legal to work here already, like these residents and citizens. Of course, some of them are illegal, but most of them are residents and citizens in this country. And they told them, no, we don't have work for you. And that's what he's talking about. But it is illegal for the companies to just hire, those the visa holders to come in here. They need to hire first the people that are in our country. And then you wonder why we have so much unemployment. I'm not saying this is all of it, but this is part of it. Now, if you came here late into my chat channel, number one, this is the Dennis Herrera Show, and I am Dennis Herrera. We talked about Epstein files quite a bit. You missed the show. Next time, we'll see if we can bring it back up.
Por falta de mano de obra, les dan el permiso para que traigan los H2A.
Jose Valencia is a U.S. citizen. He worked for the same farm for 45 years before he was laid off.
Simplemente así, nada más. Ya no le dan a los locales que van a, porque a esperar ya van a llegar los H2A. Y la gente está local aquí y no se los dan, so.
Even if employers get a number of applications from U.S. workers, what will happen is they can essentially ignore them, and nobody's really checking.
Si llueve, o está muy frío o está muy caliente, tenemos que parar. Y a ellos no, ellos los traen como esclavos. No los dejamos a las leyes que ellos quieren. Esa es la razón de que están trae gente de allá.
In 2021, Ostrom, the company Crisanto worked for, started bringing in H-2A workers and paying them more than local workers. So Crisanto and his coworkers contacted the United Farm Workers for help.
Pero en ese tiempo, la cuestión de que nos unimos a la unión, empezaron a despedir gente.
Eventually, the Washington Attorney General sued Ostrom and got the local workers the back pay they were owed.
Discriminating against U.S. residents and women.
But soon after, Ostrom was bought by a Canadian private equity firm and renamed Windmill Farms. And Windmill fired or pushed out dozens of workers who were involved in the union, including Crisanto.
Lo único que me dijo que ellos podían despedir a las personas cuando ellos quisieran, a la hora que ellos quisieran, y sin darte una sola explicación. Y resulta que entre todas las 35 personas que corrieron, todos eran con residencias y ciudadanos.
Ostrom was never supposed to be allowed to hire H-2A workers because mushroom farming isn't temporary work. But despite these regulations, the company did it anyway.
Que tienen que cumplir su contrato a la fuerza. O sea que si yo soy un contratado, tengo que estar como un preso.
Many growers, I think, have come to the conclusion that they would like their entire workforce to be H-2A. They don't want to have to deal with the messiness that comes with having to treat their workers as human beings.
For years, farm workers in Washington have spoken up about labor violations and organized to win better working conditions like the right to overtime pay. But now, with the pressure of a growing H-2A program and the threat of mass deportations, workers might be less inclined to stand up for their rights.
The U.S. in 2023 spent over $30 billion to do immigration enforcement. Compare that to all of the worker protection agencies that the U.S. government has combined, got $2.2 billion. That shows where our priorities are.
Already, the farm worker activist who helped win overtime pay in Washington was detained by ICE. Other workers are worried they could be next.
No sabemos qué va a pasar con nosotros. Mucha gente tiene miedo. A mí me han dado ganas de decir, ay, tirar la toalla y decir, ok, pues si no me quieren aquí, ahora sí ya me voy. Pero mis hijos, tenemos hijos. Es como quitarles oportunidad. Ellos que nacieron aquí, seguimos luchando y estamos echándole ganas.
One of the great ironies of this moment is that Trump's mass deportation threats are being very cynically used by some growers to push for expansion of the H-2A program.
The American Farm Bureau, one of the largest agricultural lobbying groups, has long advocated for expanding the H-2A program. If the Trump administration comes after undocumented farm workers, this could become a reality.
Si usted deporta a esta gente, ¿quién haría ese trabajo?
The problem we have is we had people coming in under my administration, and they were coming in legally. They were coming in through a system that we had, which was great.
Trump came into office the first time around critiquing work visas, saying he was going to fix them, saying they were a problem for American workers. He took a number of measures to crack down on certain immigration pathways, but namely just the ones that led to a green card and permanent residence. But when it came to work visas, the numbers kept growing basically exponentially.
Now, Trump has insinuated that undocumented farm workers should leave the U.S. voluntarily and come back as guest workers.
Yep.
They'll go out, they're going to come back as legal workers. Okay?
No worker wants to say that they want to break the law. They'd rather come in lawfully. But when you look at it from just in policy terms, what the outcomes are, the undocumented workers are better off in many cases than workers with visas.
The reality is that this quote-unquote legal H-2A system is filled.
Now, what did he say right there?
Say that they want to break the law. They'd rather come in lawfully. But when you look at it from just in policy terms, what the outcomes are, the undocumented workers are better off in many cases than workers with visas.
He says the undocumented workers are better off than the ones with a visa. How are they better off? If they come here with a visa, at least they can't just deport them because they want to deport them. But if they're undocumented, if they're illegal, they can threaten to get them deported. I don't think he made that statement correctly. I think what I understand from the situation is that residents and citizens that are farm workers are not getting the benefits that they're supposed to, and the H-2A visa holders are the ones that are actually getting the work. So how does that didn't make sense to me of what he said there, but to each his own. And I think that the biggest thing that I can tell you is, and the one of the reasons why we agree with ICE and all this other stuff, it's because of the mass invasion that happened lately. Otherwise, we wouldn't even know that these illegal immigrants are actually working on these fields, to be honest. So the flag has been raised, and that's what's got to happen. But I really want you to just focus on how companies, American company, well, this one Canadian bought the other company, but I want you to know that companies here in the States, a lot of Democrats, a lot of these politicians, where you see a lot of sanctuary cities, they want undocumented people to do the job, to do the work, because they do pay them a lot cheaper than if they would pay Americans. And so that's why they like to have undocumented illegal immigrants in this country. And the other thing that I'm going to point out is, if you're an illegal immigrant, stop making babies while you're here, because the only excuse that she put on there was that she would go back to Mexico, but she has kids that were born here. And well, when you make that excuse, you make it a point of saying this is why you shouldn't be here in the first place. I really hope that those people by now have actually gotten permission to work and actually can fight, for their children's future, because those kids that are born here, yeah, they do have an opportunity to live the American dream. And we just hope that she teaches them to love this country.
The reality is that this quote-unquote legal H-2A system is filled with illegal behavior. It's just that employers are the ones breaking the law.
There's a very nightmarish vision of the agricultural economy that effectively sees the entire labor force being composed of guest workers who are permanently excluded from citizenship, who are denied basic labor rights. And I think they see this moment as an opportunity to get closer to that.
The farm industry is one of the biggest recipients of government aid, basically corporate welfare. They account for about 1% of GDP, but they're about a quarter of all government subsidies. And so they're getting public money. They should be required and have a responsibility to have high standards for their workers.
With an expanded H-2A program, companies could continue their race to the bottom, replacing workers who speak out with those who have little choice but to stay silent. Despite facing tremendous risks, Frank found one avenue to advocate for himself and his coworkers.
Nosotros acostumbrábamos a ir siempre los viernes a Walmart, al mandado, a surtirnos nuestra despensa. Y fuera de una iglesia, conocí una persona de nombre Juan.
Juan was a law student intern at Yale. He introduced Frank to a Yale law clinic, and with their help, Frank and his coworkers filed a class action lawsuit against Manzana. It's at least the third time in the past 8 years that Manzana has been sued for exploiting farm workers. The legal counsel for Casertano and Manzana told us in his statement that the companies deny the allegations and that the legal process will, quote, confirm that they are baseless.
No deseo ni ambiciono el dinero porque pues dinero nunca lo he tenido, ni quiero tenerlo. Lo que sí deseo es que se terminen esos abusos y que se le dé un castigo a Manzana ejemplar para que entienda que las personas somos humanas y merecemos un trato humano, un trato digno.
But ultimately, it's not enough to rely on the justice system to punish companies after they've violated workers' rights. Ideally, better oversight and more enforcement would make it so employers don't break laws in the first place.
We now have about 650 wage and hour investigators to police a labor market of 165 million people.
Now, I wanna point something out. Imagine the irony. Think about this. Okay, so we don't want the companies to break the law. This is for the real Mexican in here and all of those who defend illegal immigrants. Think about this. They don't want the law, they don't want the companies to break the law because it's not fair for the employees. Here we go. The companies break the law because they need to make more money in order to survive. If the illegal immigrants are allowed to break the law and work illegally because they need the money, well, the employer can do the same thing. This is why you have to stand against illegal immigration. Mass illegal immigration has been a disaster in this country. Bottom line, you cannot demand a company doesn't break the law when you're breaking the law yourself. The need is the same. You need money. You need to survive. You need to grow. You need to get the American dream. You see, but those who actually believe on legal migration, those of us who actually support not breaking the law, we can say that. We can say, don't break the law. But if you're breaking the law, you can tell somebody else, don't break the law. Yes, we are all human. So by that logic, Quijano, that's because you don't speak English. But you need to learn more English so that you can understand. I'm going to say it in Spanish, just for this guy. Quijano, si tú quiebras la ley, no puedes demandar que una compañía no quiebre la ley. Si eres mojado, si eres ilegal, si eres nopal sin papeles, no puedes pedir ni demandar nada que una compañía haga algo legal cuando tú eres ilegal. No seas güey. No te hagas menso, cabrón. O sea, somos o no somos, cabrón. ¿Ah? Nos ponemos del tú por tú, cabrón. Si eres ilegal, cabrón, no esperes nada legal de ninguna compañía, de ninguna otra persona. Si usted, cabrón, quiere venir aquí ilegal y defender a la gente ilegal, nada de lo que es la ley americana le va a pertenecer ni a ti ni a tu familia. ¿Entiendes, güey? ¿Me entiendes? ¿Méndez o te explico, Federico? All right. With that being said, that was our Spanish segment for the night. This is for these idiots that think that they are illegal and they have the right to demand that other companies also do hiring legally. How does that work? You see what I'm saying? I am an immigrant too, pendejo. Quijano says that legal migration doesn't exist. No mames, güey. De veras. O sea, te pasas ahí con eso, güey. No seas mamón. And for you, Mr. Abel, this is not your land, mojón. This land was conquered fair and square. Enough blood and sacrifice was to be able to make this an actual country, not a third world shithole like you had before. Settlers actually came in here and built a country where you were only putting rocks together so that you can have something to block the wind from hitting you in the face. Be grateful that we are a developed country. Be grateful that all the people that we have today are all Americans. Everybody that is born in this land are Americans. Everybody that follows the law and becomes an American citizen, it's an American. You are no more American than anybody else in the United States of America, so shut the hell up. These people think that this land belongs to the Indians. The Indians were fighting each other to see who can conquer the land. Well, somebody stronger came in and kicked all their asses. And by the way, most of them died by their own weak immune system. So there wasn't much fighting that the white men had to do. So take that. I am also Indio, cabrón. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to tell the people of the United States of America this is not their land. No seas pendejo, man. Don't play stupid. Don't play stupid. You know exactly what it means. You over here with your little tricolor, your Mexican colors. We're all mestizos, don papiños. Son pendejos todos ustedes con toda la palabra. You guys are stupid with all the word. The whole word stupid is yours. Mexico is not Honduras. Mexico is not the United States of America. Mexico is Mexico. They got their border, they got their rules, they got their laws, they got their governors, they got their presidents. Same thing here in the United States of America. So what? So what? It doesn't matter what you say, it's irrelevant. The Spaniards kicked your ass, the French kicked your ass, we kicked your ass. What? What are you claiming? So what? It doesn't matter. It's still the Americas. It's still the continent of America. See, this is why you guys are idiots. This is why you guys do things illegally. Because you don't respect the law. Because you don't know history. You don't know how things came about to be in this country. And I, for one, I love this country. I have a lot of Native American friends. And I only call them natives because they don't want to be called Indians. But we are all Indians, which means in God's people. That's what we are. We're God's people. So for you guys that get all touchy-touchy and this and that, for Pup to call me mestizo, so what? We are. We all are. We're all mutts. Everybody's mutts. Abel, you're a mutt. You're mixed Indian with Spaniard. You're a mutt. You're not an Aztec. You're not full-blooded. You're a mutt. That's what Pup keeps saying. You're mestizo. All right, I'm going to challenge you right now, Puppy. Go ahead. Teach me some history. Go on. I'll give you 10 seconds since there's a delay. Oh, this is going to be nice to finish the night. I love it. Sandbob, how are you? Computer guy. Computer guy. Dun, 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 dun. I'm mestizo like Our Lady. Okay, proud mestizo. Shut the hell up. You are no more American than anybody else that's born in this land. All right, let's go. That's it. You guys are dumb. You guys have no knowledge. And I think this video is good enough as it is. I do have one more thing, I think. Oh, yeah, let's take a look. Oh, yeah, that's right. This will be about Ilhan Omar. Now, this lady Kind of gets on my nerves the way she talks, like these guys on this chat that are on the left side. But let's get some information over here on Ilhan Omar. And I believe that this lady should not be in Congress anymore and should be deported. So here we go. Oh, wait. Hold on. Irvin says, who freed the slaves? Good question, Irvin. Raquel says, just watch the documentary. He's going to say Republicans. Didn't you hear we're revoking birthright citizenships? Let's make sure we get you out of here. Well, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? Abel? That's the stupidest comment because I was not born here, but your ignorance really shines. Fantastic. Leave in defeat, estupido. Adam says the Aztecas stole their land from hundreds of other tribes who they conquered. You got too many patriots in here, man. These guys have too much common sense and they know some history. So you mojados that are in here hating on Americans, get the hell out of my chat. Thank you for visiting, but go to a mojados chat channel. Do that. Go visit your own people since you don't accept American citizens as real people of the United States of America. And who helped Mexico? Who helped Mexico that now they can celebrate their Cinco de Mayo without speaking French? That's right. That's right. The United States of America. A deal for a deal. That was the deal, and it was done. Right. It was the United States that helped the French leave Mexico. Otherwise, right now, you guys will be speaking French. Parlez-vous français, monsieur? C'est la merde. All right, let's take a listen to this lady.
During the 2025 elections in the city of Minneapolis, there was a mayoral race in Minneapolis between the incumbent, a very far leftist man named Jacob Frey. You may remember Jacob Frey because even though he's the mayor of Minneapolis, which you would think would be a local position, he's received some national headlines because of how far left he is. Jacob Frey is the mayor that was kneeling and sobbing in front of George Floyd. I actually think we have a video of this. You remember this.
Wait, Popeye, you're not Mexican? Oh, let me guess. You think that the Spanish that we speak here is from Spain? You are dumber than you think. You are dumber than you think. And you don't think. Because you have no brains. That's why you're dumber than you think. You don't think 1 ounce of anything. We don't speak Spanish. We speak Castilian. And the reason why it's Spanish from Latin America is because it's a Spaniard mixed with a native language, native tongue in Latin America. So if you don't know why we speak the way we speak, shut the hell up, pup. You talk a lot of shit, but you don't know jack squat. You just like to make a lot of noise, all right? So that's exactly how you say it.
White mayor that's just, that's doing exactly what critical race theory prescribes for white people. He's acting as if he did something, that he's guilty because he's white. This is Jacob Frey. Take a look.
What guilt? Coming up. He's crying for George, what's his name? George Floyd, the crackhead.
In a mask, no less.
Oh, my God. He is so emotional. Crying for George Floyd. What a fake jackass. But this is where I want to go to.
Omar. All right. When a Somalian person becomes an enemy, she says, there are people like this living right here in our city. She said, we see them all around. Someone tried to dismiss it, saying, oh, that person just talked too much. Or leave them alone, that's my relative. You probably met them in a coffee shop, Ilhan Omar says. You know exactly what type of people I'm talking about. You've met with them at Starbucks. Maybe you've seen them at the mosque once in a while. Maybe you've gone to parties with them.
Bye, Poppy.
You know who I mean. You've seen them. She says, we need to get rid of these people. We will never gain power and move forward as Somalians as long as these people live among us and we don't kick them out. The same people, Somalians, we try to defend, they're the ones who spread lies about us. There's no way to defend ourselves, she said, when that happens. I can't keep saying all day, I didn't say that because I've got work to do. She said, we're busy doing our job defending you, Somalians, protecting this country. I can't waste every day fighting against accusations. That's your responsibility, she said. Your job is to not welcome those people who work to block and undermine Somalians. Get rid of the Somalians who did not vote for Omar Fattah. And again, because remember what Larry Taunton told us. It's not just about leftist politics to them. It's about Islam.
Yep.
It's about Islam. Socialism and Marxism and communism are a means to an end. They are a tool to achieve a secondary outcome. But to Ilhan Omar, the ultimate outcome is Islam. That's why she speaks in that video when she's not speaking in English and doesn't want that video translated into English. She speaks as though she's living in a caliphate, that she is a ruler in a third world country. Get rid of these people if they do not vote the way that we want them to vote. Get rid of them. It is your job to not welcome them, to ostracize them. So now compare Jacob Frey to Omar Fattah. Omar Fattah has ties to radical imams. He's been defended by the Council on American Islamic Relations, who was an unindicted co-conspirator in the Holy Land Foundation case, the largest terror financing prosecution in U.S. history. He also, Omar Fattah, is a DSA, a Democrat Socialist of America candidate, meaning he's using socialism and Marxism and communism as his vehicle, not just to undermine the Democratic Party, which they want to do, but to undermine our country, to overthrow the American empire.
I agree, Travis.
And Ilhan Omar endorsed him and campaigned for him and defended him despite his shady background. Omar Fattah is not just a DSA candidate, which is a disqualifier in and of itself. He doesn't just have ties to a radical imam who is associated with jihadist ideology. He's not just been defended by an unindicted co-conspirator in the largest terror financing case in our country. All disqualifiers in isolation. He also has an extremely shady background. He was caught engaging in shady electioneering behavior, whether it was campaign finance violations or defense of a financially fraudulent scheme to get money from the federal government during COVID in the name of helping immigrants, but actually it was just a money laundering operation. This is Omar Fattah. And this is one of those moments that I have been ruminating about for the last 2-3 weeks. This is one of those plots that's happening before our very eyes that hasn't yet fully come to fruition. But 20 years from now, we're going to sit back and we're going to wonder, how did all of our cities become overtaken by Islamists? How did we turn into London? You look at what Sadiq Khan has done to London.
Hold on, lady. George Bush. Citizenship can only be revoked if someone joins another military. That's not true. That is not true. You're probably talking about naturally born, maybe. But naturalize citizenship. If you lie at any given point during the process of you becoming a citizen of this country, any lie, like marrying your brother for a visa, that disqualifies you. It nulls your citizenship. You lose all right and privilege to be in this country and are supposed to be deported. That is one of the conditions that they give us before we become American citizens, before we become green card holders, before we even apply for a visa. Everything we say has to be true and honest to the best of our abilities. And I am pretty sure she knew who her brother was.
You look at the Islamification of Britain right now, it's about to happen here. Zohran Mamdani should be the wake-up call. But this video from Ilhan Omar.
Yeah, that's crazy. All right, that is the last video, I think, that I wanted to show you on there. Everything else we have seen, I think. Let me see if there's anything else here. Oh, no, there's one more video that we're going to go over. For all you leftist people that don't care about what our president and our beautiful first lady do, you may leave the chat. This is just for Americans that appreciate good things in the United States of America. And with that being said, let's see. Let me see. I'm going to move this up there. All right. Let's see what kind of questions we have here on the chat. Let's see. Brian says, pay attention, George. I hope you pay attention. Okay. George says, listen, if you have an accent, you're not American, buddy. If your fake name is George W. Bush, you are an imposter. You are not real. You are a coward hiding behind your keyboard. At least put your real name on there if you're going to talk shit like that. Irvin says he knows Dennis had married his aunt. No, but I almost married my second cousin, which is legit. It is legitimate. And I would have said, yes, she is my second cousin, which the United States doesn't care about that. What the United States cares about is that you are truthful and that you are not deceitful, that you're not lying. That's what they care about. Willie says Honduras is waiting for you. Willie, thank you. Thank you very much. I hope that when I do go back to Honduras, that I am welcome to be in Honduras and that I receive the same love that I receive from American patriots here. Since I started this channel, since they joined me, we have been one family and we're growing rapidly. Every single day, we grow more and more and more. And that is a good sign because we need more American patriots that believe and have hope for this country yet. So there you go. Let's see. Computer, you don't pay my bills. Shut the hell up. Man, it feels nice to be. This is the Dennis Herrera show. It feels nice to be Dennis Herrera in this show. You know what else feels nice? I have Muds in the chat. Do me a favor, Rush. Why don't you start using some of that power and get rid of negative comments in this chat about anything. I want only patriots to be in this chat so that we can enjoy the actual video. You know who else wants to be a mud? I think Brian, just for today, Brian and Man, will be a moderator because you guys, I don't want you to clean the chat every single day, every time. But today, just today, man, I know he's going to do a good job today. There you go, my patriots. Get rid of the garbage on the chat. You better behave, local, or you're gone. I already saw 3 gone. Yes, in this channel, we will censor your ass if you don't behave. I want patriots to enjoy themselves when we're talking good about our president, when we're talking good about our country, when we are respecting ICE, when we're standing for legal migrants, when we're standing against illegal immigration and any type of corruption that we come across. I want American patriots to enjoy their time during this video. Do we have every crazy out of here yet? Let's see. Well, she should be fine and removed from us, and then she should be fired at least 100,000. You'll very well. No, thank you, Brian. Thank you, my friend. Thank you, man, and thank you, Rush. There we go. All right. Any negative comment, anything that we don't agree with right now, I want you to get rid of all the garbage. Oh, Brian says, uh-oh, I got a wrench. There you go. Bye, GTO. Let me see. I'm going to play the video once GTO gets the hell out of here. Let's see. You know what? I'll do you the favor, bro. I'll do the favor. It's just a little. There's a little delay. There's a little delay. There you go. Have a good night, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Melissa Dye. Whoa, Melissa Dye is down home diva, USA, all the way, baby. Let's go. MAGA, says Melissa. Let's go. That's what I want to hear. Only MAGA. All right. Anybody that hates our president, this is your chance to go ahead and have a good night. Only MAGA in here. All right. We're going to play this video. And if anybody steps out of line, get him the hell out of here. Go home to mommy. You're fired.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, First Lady. You're a beautiful lady.
Welcome to the White House. It is truly inspiring to see everyone gather here together, united in support of this remarkable initiative and community. As I stand here and observe the audience, I recognize the vital importance of each one of you to this mission, to our future generations. In particular, I would like to thank the cabinet secretaries, Congress members, scholarship donors, and various organizations for their unending advocacy. A special thank you to my husband for his enduring commitment to fostering the future. The President has prioritized America's foster care children, and shortly he will sign our Fostering the Future Executive Order.
She is sweet.
Too many people from foster care community end up homeless, in danger on America's streets. It was 2021 when I developed the idea to establish an impactful platform with an important mission to provide individuals from the foster care community the ability to secure an entry-level job position and, in turn, financial independence. Fostering the Future, a Be Best initiative, provides individuals from the foster care community with technology-based scholarships to attend colleges and universities throughout America. Fostering the Future sets these individuals on their career paths, but more significantly, it equips each scholarship recipient with a fundamental foundation.
Sorry, First Lady. Guys, if they don't understand English, kick them out. Get them the hell out of here. Go home to mommy. I love President Donald Trump, dude. He's a badass.
Of knowledge that will endure throughout their lifetimes. Permanency for those who embody the fleeting. I applaud the American universities that have joined my mission, institutions like Vanderbilt University, University of Miami, and Villanova University. Following graduation, scholarship recipients from my program are prepared to enter the workforce and ultimately become leading executives. Predictably, they will manage thousands of employees and generate significant value for American communities through job creation, access to healthcare, food security, and other societal benefits. This executive order, Fostering the Future for American Children and Families, gives me tremendous pride. It is both empathetic and strategic. It will certainly be impactful. It aims to establish a comprehensive network connecting federal departments and agencies, private sector's businesses, higher learning institutions, and charitable organizations. This will create new educational and employment opportunities countrywide. Our faith-based organizations will continue playing a vital and consequential role. My hope, of course, is that this level of coordinated collaboration will sustain. But today, I call on leadership from these various organizations, including the private sector, to join my effort, rise above the ease of inaction. I predict this small spark today will ignite a profound and lasting nationwide movement. Our united resolve will foster a thriving future filled with compassion and innovation. Together, we will illuminate the pathway for today's foster children to become tomorrow's builders. And tomorrow's builders will foster the future of America's legacy. Thank you. It is my pleasure to introduce my husband, the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump.
Awesome. Woo! Let's go. Aww. MAGA, baby, let's go.
I think it's very good, especially for someone that speaks 5 languages at least. I think
Wow,
that's pretty
5
amazing.
languages.
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. Yeah, well, thank you, Melania. And our country is truly blessed to have this magnificent and very caring First Lady. They love her. Every time I get up and make a speech, they say, "We want our First Lady." I said, "What the hell? I'm not good enough? I'm not good." But thank you very much. Great job. And it's great the work you do in so many ways. This afternoon, I'm delighted to sign a historic executive order building on the Fostering the Future initiative to make America's foster care system better, fairer, and more effective than ever before. And it's been effective, but it's moving in a very strong direction. All of this has been made possible by Melania's incredible devotion to America's youth. Spends a lot of time on it and loves it, and along with our great Usha, you spend so much time, and what a combination. First Lady, Second Lady, what a combination. Thank you. They do a great job, the two of them. They're amazing women. I want to thank Vice President J.D. Vance and Usha. Thank you very much. Vice President, stand up, Vice President. And he did a big thing today. He's going to be on television tonight with the legendary Sean Hannity, so everybody has to watch. I'm sure CNN loves this advertisement, but he will be. I heard it was a great interview. And Secretaries Scott Bessent. Scott, thank you very much. An extremely non-controversial Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy Jr. But he's right. And Scott Turner, thank you very much. Doing a great job at HUD. And thanks as well to Senator John Husted and Representatives Jason Smith, Darren LaHood, Zach Nunn, and David Schweikert. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, fellas. Great group. We're also joined by countless distinguished leaders in the child welfare advocacy ministry and charitable foundations, as well as so many wonderful young people who have experienced foster care and used their voices to champion needed reforms. And I want to thank everybody for being here. It's an amazing day at the White House. Thank you very much. And right behind me, by the way, in about 2 years from now, we'll use a much bigger room because we had to turn away a lot of people. And it'll be right here. This will be the entrance. That's a knockout paddle. It's called a knockout. It looks pretty nice right now, but it's going to look a lot better in a little while. And we're going to go from this room into a room that seats a few more people, and it's going to be beautiful. But I just noticed I happen to be standing here, Peter, and I thought I might as well get you a shot right now. A nice, beautiful shot at the future entrance to something that's really become very popular, the ballroom. They've wanted it for 150 years, and they're getting it, and they're getting the best. It'll be the best anywhere in the world. Each year, more than 15,000 young people age out of the foster care system, and unfortunately, too many struggle to become self-sufficient. The order I will sign in a few moments will provide vital new resources to help young people transition out of the foster care system and live a very happy and a very successful life, very, very successful. With this order, I'm directing the heads of the key federal departments and agencies to establish a Fostering the Future program in coordination with our wonderful First Lady's office. They're coordinating, and they've already been coordinating for quite some time, and I think I hear it's going really well. You're going to have some, when she gets involved in things, it works, I can tell you that. Under this major new initiative, great American companies and institutions will be signing a pledge to invest in teaching, training, and mentoring America's youth who are transitioning out of the foster care system. This will help provide jobs, education, and personal development opportunities to fantastic young people who truly need and deserve them, and they're going to get them. A terrific example of the impact these programs can have is Eric Alvarez from Omaha, Nebraska, who is with us today. Where's Eric? Where is he? Stand up. Good-looking guy. Good-looking guy. Eric and his siblings were placed in foster care for a year when he was 9. He entered the child welfare system again when he was 15, and today he credits a mentoring and mentorship and work experience program for foster youth with helping him to finish high school and start his adult life. And he did really well in high school, by the way, really a great student. But he starts life on the right foot, right? Wouldn't you say? I mean, I think you better say yes, otherwise I'm in big trouble. Otherwise, I'm all by myself up here, Eric. That would be good. I hear you're doing incredibly. Now, after graduating from the University of Nebraska and interning for Congressman Don Bacon, Eric is pursuing a master's degree at the George Washington University, and he is a cadet in the Air Force ROTC who will be commissioned as an officer upon graduation. And Eric, I just want to say, great job. You've really been outstanding, and I think that's probably why you were chosen out of so many people. You've done a fantastic job. Congratulations. The new initiative we're establishing will also create an opportunity for foster youth to take full responsibility of the federal tax credit scholarship program established by the One Big Beautiful Bill. So many things, tax cuts and regulation cuts, so many things. The biggest ever passed in the history of our country. I call it the Great Big Beautiful Bill. I changed the name a little bit to make it even more sublime. But it is, there's so many things in there for everybody. We had a choice. We could have done it in 9 different bills or try for the one, and everybody said, no, let's do it in 9. It'll be easier. Actually, it wouldn't have gotten done. And JD and I and Scott and all of us got together, and we said, let's give it a shot, and we got it passed. And it was an amazing thing, but it's going to help a lot of people. There's never been anything like it. As in one bill, there's never been anything close. And when you see what's going on with the Democrats, we're lucky we got it passed because we don't have to do anything. All we have to do is implement it now, and we'll be implementing it all over the place. If you think about it, no tax on tips, right? No tax on Social Security, all of the different things, no tax on overtime. You get deductions if you buy a car. You take an interest rate deduction, an interest deduction against your income tax. It's never happened. Nothing like this has really ever been approved to this extent. And so it is one great, big, beautiful bill. But using the tax credit will expand occupational training, education, and financial literacy programs for the foster youth and make it possible for more of them to attend the school of their choice. Choice is a great word for a lot of reasons, but it's a great thing with education. And we'll also create the new Fostering the Future online platform to help young people find the access and really get great housing, very, very important and beautiful housing, health care, and other resources available to foster youth and those transitioning out of foster care. And we think it's going to happen with many, many people, many more than you have right now. Under the Trump administration, we believe that every American child deserves a safe and loving home, and we're determined to support the amazing families who help make that happen. And we have some of those families in the room today, and I just want to thank you all for being in the White House. There is no place like this, and we want to thank you very much for being here. Great families. Thank you very much. Faith-based, thank you. Faith-based nonprofits are the nation's most trusted institutions, interacting with the foster care system and practicing Christians and more. Think of this, more than twice as likely foster care. They'll adopt the general population. They adopt to it so easily. When they get out, they adapt to it just like it's just becomes second nature. It's amazing. Yet radical left policies in states nationwide make it much harder, not easier, for those families to open up their homes. But we're working on that. We're dealing with the radical left. It's not easy, but we're winning, and we're winning big. That's why with the order that we're doing today, we're taking the ridiculous woke policies that discriminate against Christians and families of faith. As president, I will always stand by us. We will stand by our country, and we will stand for religious liberty. So important. We stand for religious liberty. The Bible tells us, thank you. Thank you. The Bible tells us that one of the measures of any society is how it cares for vulnerable children and orphans. So important, and it's so big in the Bible. So as we make America great again, we are going to protect American children in foster care, and we're going to ensure that they will never, ever be forgotten. These children will never be forgotten, and they're going to grow up to be unbelievable, strong, smart, wealthy, productive citizens. So once more, I want to thank Melania for the great job she does, not here only just as First Lady. She's a great First Lady. And I want to thank you very much, honey, and the foster families and leaders here today. You're very special people, and we're going to work together, and we're going to have some absolutely incredible results. Thank you all for being here. Thank you very much. Thank you. That's great. Are you ready, everybody? This is it. Too late to change after. Should we sign it? I think, right? Susie, do we sign this? Good. I'm going to ask the First Lady to sign it also. Why don't you sign it right there?
Sure.
Okay?
Yes, of course.
Okay, honey? Very nice.
That was awesome. That was awesome. I didn't know that he allowed the First Lady to sign. I think that was very special, to be honest. I know I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for Trump. I'm a sucker for Trump, and that's I'm glad that we have only patriots on this chat. I really am happy that it's only patriots. We can never really truly express ourselves in gratitude or really celebrate the small achievements, the big achievements that we as Americans are experiencing because of the hard work of President Donald Trump, the administration, and to have just patriots being able to soak in all this winning, it is a good feeling. I think that what we did tonight and get rid of all the noise and all the haters and all the people that just try to come in here and bait us into rage or discord, I think it was actually an amazing time. It's very nice. It's very nice to bye, Claude. Rush, did me a favor. Goodbye, Rush. Goodbye, Claude Riddell. Thank you for stopping by. I think that it's important that we can express ourselves, freely, and to have a group of people to share that openness. It's amazing. If any of you guys come in here and you have something to say, well, go ahead and say it. But let's be honest. We're tired of the negativity. We're tired of all the people that just don't care about this country. They want to just put people down. And well, we're not down with that. We appreciate everybody, but this was just for you, my patriots. I think it was wonderful that we were able to share that time in peace. And guys, with that being said, I want to thank you very much for all your likes. Thank you for the subscribes. I believe that I think we hit our goal, guys. Let me take a look. I think we hit the 10,900. Oh, we passed it. We passed the 10,900 subscribers and a dozen extra there. Thank you guys for that support. Thank you for the love. The more patrons we gather around over here, the more we're going to be able to speak freely and celebrate the small victories that we get. And we can really, truly discuss things. Like if you have issues, like some of us have some questions about the Epstein, we can really talk about it. Because we are hoping to get the truth. But when you get people that hate Trump, their mind is already made. There's no argument. There's no proof. There's no way that we can show them that what we mean is honest and is true. When I say that I love the United States of America, when I say that it should be America first, when I say respect the law, we are for legal migration. I get insults. I get called a racist coconut, bigot, a fascist, all kinds of names, traitor, sellout, etc. And well, as much as I don't care about people calling me those names, the truth is, and the reality of all it is, that we need to have a conversation. We need to keep talking. But we're not going to just keep listening to attacks and insults. That's not what we're here for. So the moment somebody says, hello, how are you? Okay, here's a person that wants to talk, wants to say something. All right. But the moment that I start saying good morning or good afternoon or whatever time I am doing the live, they start with insults. And right off the bat, I laugh sometimes, but there is times where we have to be serious. And we're just not going to take it. So, man, I can't believe that you guys have been so supportive with me. I really have no words to give you. All I can tell you is that I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Thank you for the love. You're practical and forthright. I try. Not everybody appreciates that, but thanks for the jewels there. I changed my mind. Thank you guys. I appreciate it. Let's see what was there one more thing? I think there was. I thought I had something else here for you. Oh yeah, I do. I have a couple of other things, and we would finish with this for tonight. Rush, love you too, sister. Thank you. I appreciate it. Babe? Kolai. Rush, babe, says that she's praying for me and you, and she says hi. She said hi and thank you, Rush. All right, let's take a listen to our beautiful
to sort of say, okay,
our beautiful Vice President J.D. Vance. He's going to be amazing. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. I mean, I can wait 3 years, but I cannot wait to see him lead this country as wonderfully as our President Donald Trump has led. And who knows, maybe even better.
What have you learned from President Trump? I mean, he is a force of nature.
He is.
I've known him 30 years. What have you learned from him?
You know, a few things. Number one, the president is amazing at compartmentalizing things. When something is going on, there's always a crisis. The very best day in the West Wing, there's at least one crisis somewhere in the world that somebody's putting your desk. The president has an incredible ability to sort of say, okay, focus on that for 15 minutes and then go and focus on.
It's called loved without perversion. That's what that is.
Something totally different for 15 minutes. That's not naturally how I am. If something bad is going on, I tend to want to think about that thing and solve that problem before I go on to something else. The president is incredible at that compartmentalization. I think that's one of the reasons why he can handle 10 different problems at once, is because he's able to troubleshoot and then move on to the next thing, troubleshoot and move on to the next thing. The second thing that I've learned from the president, Sean, and I've tried to absorb it as much as I can, and I think some of this is just who he is and his natural instincts, is he has better instincts about human beings than anybody that I've ever met.
You heard it, folks. He's got better instincts than anybody he has met. I love that, man. He's going to be a great president. What is this about here? What's this?
In Florida, it was part of a massive sweep, as you heard, nicknamed Operation Dirtbag. The sex offenders were among more than 230 illegal aliens rounded up in the state. They were wanted for crimes including drugs, illegal drugs, that is, assaults, and even murder. This is President Trump's immigration crackdown is making gains across the country. Here's DHS Secretary Kristi Noem.
Sexual assault, battery, attempted homicide. These 150 individuals will be gone off of our streets. Our kids will be safer. And this partnership with Governor DeSantis in Florida is a model that we want to replicate across the country. These individuals should have never been in our country to begin with.
Major announcement from Homeland Security.
That was awesome. All these names in here. And look at that. They like the Dennis Herrera show right here, guys. You see that right there? They like the Dennis Herrera show right here. Look at that. DHS, baby. And that's how I like to see it. I'm just playing. But yeah, that's pretty nice. Thank you for that, Ms. No. And, of course, you know how it is on the other side of the aisle. When Biden kept talking about all these little stories of children rubbing up his legs, when the sun will hit the hairs that will turn really blonde, he had kids on his laps and always smelling women's hair and kind of trying to push in little teenagers and little kids towards him. That was perverted, but, you know, they didn't say anything. But some people have said something about this.
Or you don't have to have it. Would you like it? She's smart. She said yes. So cute. Do you want one, honey? You want one, too? Look at him. Oh, he's got a lot of Italian blood in him. Look, that's for you.
Well, you must know what your name is.
What's your
My
name?
name is Donald. Okay, do you want a pen?
He loves giving out pens. I want a pen. I want a pen.
2, 3. That's for you.
And they grabbed this video and they labeled it the pedophile. Seriously, guys, come on, seriously. And yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you guys. Unless we have some good new news. Nope, just more insults. Abel, like your reply. Your damaged goods. Be thankful someone paid attention to you. There's a reason. Oh, that's horrible. All right, don't take it out of context. That lady was horrible. Abel followed me. It better not be the Abel that was talking about he's the real American in the in the chat. Let's see. Oh no, the press got shot. Remember that time a BBC reporter pretended he was under attack and passersby stopped to see if he was okay. I didn't know that. Oh, that's funny. Look at the old lady with the suitcase. Hey, are you okay there, sir? Ay, ay, ay. All right, guys. That is all I got for you guys tonight. I think it's time to take a break. Believe it or not, I already did my 12 hours today. And I had to do other stuff as well. Rush already knows about. Most of my patrons on here knows that I had to do something earlier today. Thank you guys for subscribing. Thank you guys for the super chats. I won't be able to do this job right here without you guys. Thank you for your love and your support. Yes, babe. Yeah. Tomorrow I might be doing a little bit earlier. We had to do a follow-up, another appointment for my wife. So thank you for your prayers, Rush, babe. I appreciate you. And anybody here that believes in God and believes prayers are strong, I just ask you for prayer for my wife and for myself. We really appreciate it. Going through a little bit of some hard times, but thank you so much for your love and your kindness. And God bless you guys. And God bless the USA. You guys have a wonderful night. Take care, guys.